foundational Black American men are out there for you to sleep with, which still proves my point. Thank you.
Oh, okay, but at the same time, I didn't
say men. But what would it make them if you sleep with them? You're a man and you sleep with a man. What would that make him?
Well, I've only slept with 2 men in my life.
I said if you're a man and you sleep with a man, what does that make that man? If you're, doesn't it make him
bisexual? Bisexual.
Okay, which would mean DL. That's how he ends up bringing his
disease.
Then there it is. So, ladies, that's why you Black women are dealing with so much, because every time a truth comes out, there's a denial.
Well, we all know that, you know. Anyway, Mr. Pilot.
Hey, how y'all doing today? Thanks yourself for giving me a mic. Buffalo, Rios, Melanie, Trini, Tommy. You know, like my opinion on this is kind of unpopular in the Black American spaces, even though I'm a Black American. I really don't care that they celebrate they shit with us. I actually like it. I mean, because they lit as fuck, and I like getting lit with them, and they be hump dancing and shit. Like,
it's always the niggas who want to keep
I love going up there to hump on the big old fat ass.
That's who it is.
Like,
told you.
I've been celebrating since I was about 6 years old, from somebody that was free in 1865. And at the cookout, they wasn't humping and drinking like that.
You done sold out for a piece of ass.
I'm humping on Jamaican ass.
You done sold out for a piece of ass. It's crazy.
I'm drunk and I'm
told y'all what the problem is.
Now you're a motherfucker.
This whole thing
Black American culture
until people started to monetize Juneteenth. That's when people wanted to gatekeep it. I ain't never been able to monetize it, so I don't give a fuck. But what I can do is attend their shit with them and celebrate my shit with theirs, and I get to hump dance all day. I'm gonna go ahead and land there, y'all. Y'all don't kill me.
Mr. Pilot, can I ask something?
It's okay, you're a degenerate.
A lot of y'all niggas gonna be y'all downfall. Yeah. And I
would
said
you care if they celebrated Juneteenth, but they didn't know what it was, and they basically.
Why do they keep saying that? Most Blacks don't even know what the English words mean.
Yeah, but wait. Would you mind if they made it into their own thing? You know,
they can't make it into their own.
But she says trendy.
But they're still Black Americans celebrating.
Her page says.
So how is it gonna become their own thing?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
How are they? I'm confused. As someone that's from Texas, because we've had someone from Texas on the panel, they have stated that they were offended at what people consider to be a proper way to celebrate Juneteenth. And so we simply just said that you're not offended being a Texan. That
I'm not a Texan. Like, my family's from, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. My ancestors from Texas, and I go to celebrate it with them.
Oh, that probably.
We all out of a small ass town. New Orleans ain't a small town. The man on my photo was out of New Orleans. Grandparents out of Cleveland, Texas. Little small ass town.
Isn't
y'all? And they celebrate Juneteenth with the little town parade, a barbecue, and all of that shit. But you know,
you don't think that's appropriate celebration of Juneteenth as opposed to humping on ass, as you stated?
I look at it this way. I'm a
which is all that you're going to get at Juve is humping, because that's all that was in that video.
I mean, listen, I get to hump on people, I get to drink, I get to meet people, I get to hear about their culture, I get to taste their food, I get to share my food. I look at it as a cultural exchange.
What does that have to do with celebrating Black American
franchises? Imagine if some Mexican said, y'all don't even understand the culture. I know how many Black people out there that's celebrating Cinco de Mayo and don't know what Cinco de Mayo means. There's a lot of Black folks out here who have 2-for-1 drinks during Cinco de Mayo. I think they're getting paid off of somebody else's culture. Then you go and walk around and you watch all these Asians. You say, well, white people wear weaves. Cool, they do. So when you wear it differently. And they don't get to say, these are weaves and wigs and Asians. We did this first. Y'all are stealing. What about when Black folks is wearing suits and ties? Well, that ain't y'all's. That ain't where y'all from. What about when Black folks are celebrating the Irish Day, where they sit up there and dyeing things green and pinching each other? It's a silly thing, because let me tell you what, when we call that word cultural appropriation. She call it appreciation. No other group of people get mad that somebody else is doing what they doing. I don't know no Italians that get mad that a bunch of blacks in Chicago own pizza shops. I've never heard them just get pissed that that's our culture. You don't know. We
Wait,
just
Tommy.
go ahead.
Tommy, I think you understanding something. I don't think me personally, from what I've gathered in this conversation, I don't think they're getting mad that people are making money off of it. They just want people to educate themselves on it and show some appreciation with it. Black people not opening up pizza shops and calling it the neighborhood slice. I don't know. And
they do. There's one here in Atlanta.
But look, they're not totally disregarding that pizza
slice.
Tommy, pizza sauce is made of tomatoes, and tomatoes originate in the Americas, right?
Can I say something?
How is that a European dish? I'm confused.
Can I please say something? What's the order? Because
y'all ain't gonna let me finish. I was not finished. One, when you said that they're not upset, when you say they're not upset about it,
Eric can go after Tommy.
When you say they're not upset, they're just upset about the appreciation for it. I'm not even gonna try to be funny, but blacks celebrate Thanksgiving and they don't have an appreciation for it. As a matter of fact, they talk shit about the actual holiday and will say that this is the day that the whites came and raped the land with the Indians, literally, and they still will celebrate it. Blacks have had a problem with a lot of things they celebrate, and the people still celebrate it. And to then say that they must have knowledge of it, there were blacks who were selling the African emblems or the insignias with the shirts and everything on it. We was all that stuff when I was a kid, and the black people in America had no respect for the Africans. As a matter of fact, one of the first things they call you is an African booty scratch if they ain't like you. They would tell you you look African as a diss. And today it still is a diss that you look African, yet they still made money and never had respect of it. And as a matter of fact, most blacks today will get to celebrate on a lot of holidays that they don't know and don't respect. I've never heard white people tell black folks, if you don't know or don't respect the St. Valentine's Day, then you can't do it.
Oh, what happened? That was Jesus.
Baby, take him to land his plane. Tell him to crash land that motherfucker.
Yeah, Tommy, come on, because that ain't
land your plane, baby, because you trying to get all your little jabs on the black.
We letting you talk, but a lot of
jab, right? No, ma'am.
A jab.
Land your plane.
We do know the meaning of a lot of these holidays and respect.
I have nothing but respect. Every time you're respectful, they just jump in and start dissing you. This is the weirdest thing.
After he finishes.
Right, I haven't dissed a person, hadn't cussed nobody out, and they can't help themselves. Jesus. Don't agree with me? I'm gonna cut you out. Call your names. Crash your plane. Okay, I'm gonna finish then. Let me crash.
Are you aware as to what we're discussing?
No. I was trying to have the discussion with y'all. I've been respectful.
So, are you aware of? So, I assume that you're aware of Juneteenth.
Yes.
And obviously, you're Caribbean. You're Panamanian.
Go right back to obviously I'm Caribbean. See, they just don't disrespect everybody. They don't. Yeah. Obviously, you're Caribbean. I did it and ask me, and I don't. So imagine if you tell me how tall you are, and I'm gonna say. So then, while you say, "Obvious, I'm a Caribbean," no problem. Obviously, you're a man, and yet you get to co-opt women's stuff. You get to call yourself a woman's name, and you're not. And so, if we want to be upset about somebody celebrating Juneteenth, we also need to be upset with these gay men and men calling themselves women. Because if that's not, I don't know what is.
Hold on, Eric.
Since I'm Caribbean. Which one of us is closer to being right? Me being Caribbean, you saying, or me saying you're a man?
So
since we just won't be disrespectful.
When people celebrate, Cinco de Mayo.
Hold on, Tree. That's what we're not gonna do, Tommy.
You disrespected me and kept doing it.
I'll fire your ass up.
Wait a minute, I know you will not. No. All I've done is been respectful since I walked in here.
Like I have done plenty of times.
Was I not respectful when I walked in here? And have you not kept after you asked me your question? I answered it beautifully. Didn't get mad or nothing. Told you.
What did I say? Was that was offensive? I said that they said you're Panamanian.
And I answered it though, and I said I am American. So when you come back and jump back in and say he's Caribbean, you don't now disrespecting me. You know, like if you say your name Giselle and I call you John.
Anyway, what we were discussing is there is a party taking place in Florida, and the person is I assume a first generation Caribbean American, whatever, fine. He's having a Juve party, which I don't think anybody would care, but he's having the party during Juneteenth or close to Juneteenth and is marketing it as a Juneteenth Juve. And what we're saying is he put a video out of the party last year, and what I saw is not recognizable to me as a Black American. I don't know that it's appropriate to put the Juneteenth label on that party when the culture that's being presented could be the furthest from Black American. And so
But we
we're
do
not
that.
saying
Okay.
that we're not saying that we don't want Caribbeans to celebrate. I do. I can only speak for myself. 36 of the other Black Americans in here. It doesn't bother me. Like I was not bothered when Walmart had the Juneteenth ice cream. That was a big deal on this app and on social media a few years ago. It didn't bother me. We're not saying that we don't want Caribbean Americans to celebrate Juneteenth. We do because they're still American, and this is celebrating a Black American Emancipation Independence Day. What we're saying is respect our American traditions. We're not going to impose when we go to Caribbean festivals and West Indian parades. We don't impose our American Black American culture on your events. But why is it that in return you want to throw in how you celebrate Juve?
Well, hold on.
And
I would
call
like
it
to be able to respond to
Juneteenth.
this.
That's the issue that we
okay. So
have.
can I respond to that? That's very simple. If you think about it, everybody, and I mean everybody, turns something into their own thing. From spades, I go from different people's house up north and south. Guess what? They incorporated, make spades their own. They play it differently. When they come in your house, play it. So you said that these people created this event and they were having it at their own space. They can do it how they want. Now, if they came into yours, which is what you said, and then changed it, that's different. Black people are very good at adapting whatever someone else does and making it their own, i.e. whether it's a pizza, whether it's a hamburger, whether it's spaghetti. We literally make it our own and have never been told that it's disrespectful to do it another way. As a matter of fact, anybody that's out there who's a cook or is into culinary stuff, you understand that that's one of the main things we do. Even when your mama teach you how to make meatloaf, you turn your meatloaf into your own. Then you take it back to her and try to tell her, taste mine versus the way you taught me to do it. That is human nature. And to tell people right now what you're saying, which is they can't incorporate their own stuff, even though Walmart did it, the white one. I guess it's okay if the white man gets, incorporates his, but not these other black folks.
Juneteenth has nothing to do with Caribbean. So I don't understand that.
So I would say that's a false
equivalency,
right, Tommy?
Go ahead.
No, that's a false equivalency. I would say that because, again, that's my culture, right? There's going to be something you're celebrating this holiday, right?
That's
for a
Texas
reason,
culture,
right? To
it's
let anybody,
it's
right,
Texas.
to let any, and that's the part of gatekeeping, right? Because white people and people who are not of you can jump in and say, "Hey, I want to make this and frame the narrative and then make this. Let's redefine what this means. Let's redefine what that means." I think that's you.
But don't we do it to white people stuff?
Why it just is. I would say just because it's happening doesn't make it okay. And it's a false equivalency to say that with the recipe, to say that with, hey, let me do this the way you're still doing it because I'm doing it, right? I would also say you don't catch Black Americans going to Jamaican Day parades in New York and wherever, right? And saying, hey, I want to turn this or redefine it and put my quote unquote on it. Now, Black Americans to American culture and American holidays, that's what we do because we're American, right? That's part of our heritage, our ethnogenesis here. These other cultures now coming in partly to that booty scratcher point, those are our jokes amongst each other.
What?
Right? For those reasons, because you do look very ethnic. That's why it wasn't to say, hey, let me hurt your feelings or I'm calling you ugly. No, nigga, you look like a real continental African. Ain't nothing wrong with it, Ty, baby. Right? It wasn't, and some of it was a dig because that was because that was the
ask a kid that's ever been called that and see if they said if it was offensive or not. Now y'all are straight lying.
Say that again.
To ask a child who's been called that and ask them if it was said to them in a negative way to hurt them. You just sit there and lied and said, no, we just be joking. That is ridiculous to say.
African booty scratcher, and that call others African booty scratcher. And I'm telling you, with these Black American kids,
that's like
in Florida,
white people say, right? I call you a nigger, but I didn't mean it offensively.
Tommy,
like, seriously,
that's what we do. We joke and kid.
No, we don't.
Other.
That's why I said ask the kids. Then that's inappropriate. What you're saying,
Tommy?
Ask
that was
the
part
children.
Of the bantering.
Ask the children.
I'm telling
that
you,
is inappropriate to say
that
this.
Was called an African booty scratcher.
Like
a lot of
lie
us
and
up
say
here,
that they were insulting people, but they weren't upset. And won't ask anybody that's ever been called that if it was insulting to them. We're not calling you ugly when we call you that. That is a lie.
And I was offended. Yes, I
was.
Listen.
That is a lie. You're saying this.
That's not a lie. I'm telling you, we were calling that to each other. It wasn't overwhelmingly called to, hey, people outside. That's what I'm saying. Now on the app, and because of delineation, which again, we were the ones saying, hey, let's be flat black. Let's go ahead. And that's what I'm saying. Part of the problem is ours, right? We made part of the problem. So I think it's up to us to correct it. That didn't say it's right or wrong and give false equivalency to say, hey, it's okay. And because there goes again, because the white man do it his way, because the white man said, so they calling themselves black because the white man told them to. If that's the same case,
I'm saying,
and now that I want the autonomy to say, hey, I want to gatekeep things meant for my heritage. I want the autonomy to say, hey, just like y'all call yourselves Haitian, Jamaicans, and whatever tribes you from, I just want to call myself Black American, right?
How do you stop them from throwing a party? That's all I want. How do you stop them from throwing their own party? They didn't come to yours. They did what they wanted to. How do Italians stop me from doing what I want to on a pizza and putting collard greens on it? How do Italians stop me from doing that?
The same way Nicki Minaj told Michael B. Jordan, hey, you can't use Jove, right? Because it belongs to this culture and belongs to us, so don't use it, right? That's the same way. Hey, Juneteenth is mine. It is meant for those freed slaves, not anybody else, for the slavery. And
she can say what she wants,
right?
But she can't make Michael B. Jordan not do it. That's insane.
But she did, though. He didn't move forward with it. He stopped because he said, hey,
okay, so it's going to be a couple of people you tell don't have a party and they won't do it. But there are some people who are going to do it, just like when white folks tell us not to come to their stores, and we still go.
Us, right? This is why I need my legacy organization.
Liz Claiborne said she didn't want blacks wearing her clothes. And blacks still wore them.
This is why I need my legacy organizations and other things legislatively to go ahead and pick up to it.
What are you going to do, arrest them?
What the 14th Amendment say? And then, we can act on it.
So what do you want to do? Oh, seriously, what's the penalty? What should be the penalty? Yeah. Tell them what should be the penalty for a Caribbean person violating and making their own festival on Juneteenth. What should be the penalty?
Right? It's called black privilege, right? The same way I can cancel a Paula Deen, the same way other ADLs and else can make people go around and do a show, and you then explain and move forward with why you're doing what you're doing and gatekeep, right, for your people, and that's harmful and it's disrespectful. That's how. Right, it seems to work for everybody else. So when we want to do what everybody else doing to gatekeep their ethnicity and culture,
but that's not true. Jews don't get mad
if
you
eat
lox. No,
they
Jews do not get mad if you eat lox and bagels. They don't get mad if you eat lox and bagels. They will not get mad if I wore a yarmulke. I would not get sued or banned if I wore a yarmulke.
Again, that's based on them and that yarmulke, but you can't do other things.
Right, I can't insult them.
You can't mislabel any of their holidays.
I can't insult
any of their things that they deem to be sacred to them.
I cannot insult them.
You're damn sure not encroaching on anything meant for the Holocaust.
No, I can't insult them.
Holocaust. Let's do that. Right, when we start talking about Holocaust remembrance and all, let's throw this extra in there on the
you guys say Nazi Holocaust. Let's have a Nazi Holocaust.
Yeah,
I just said if you say something offensive, meaning you can say Nazi and Holocaust, but if you said thank God for the Holocaust, the Nazis were right, you'd run into a problem.
Again, I'm just talking about the autonomy for them to decide what's offensive to them or not. Right, when it comes to using
name one group that finds it offensive that you partake in their culture. Name one.
No, it's offensive that they're trying to,
I'm just asking you to name
bullshit
one.
up the name. And it's,
I never heard the Asians get mad that the Wu-Tang Clan literally turned Asian culture into hood culture.
Tommy, I'm uniquely different, right? Being at that, I'm the outside of white Americans. I'm a black American, that only quote unquote American. These people have their ethnic things and they things that they do practice. And I'm pretty sure if you went in their culture, trying to rename it and say, hey, let's make this a Juve, new Chinese New Year.
He can't name one.
And let's turn some of the snacks and let's take some of their snacks.
He can't name one.
More us. I just named it.
No, you didn't. You can't name one group that got mad that other people joined it and said we got to gatekeep it. Name one and you can't.
Again, why I think that's a non-sequitur in this, or even a non-factor, is because, again, now I have to set the barometer and do what everybody else is doing. It's okay for Black Americans to say, hey, I want to gatekeep mine.
At least you're being honest and saying it now. That's all I've been asking.
Because
be honest and say you're trying to be like you don't want the rest of the world to be like you.
But I've been saying, I've always said that, right? If
Which is crazy, I'm uniquely different. Y'all can do it.
I'm uniquely different. I don't want to be like those white people. I don't want to be the measuring stick and use anybody else's culture is, right? I'm uniquely different. All those groups you talking about, from the gays to the marginalized groups, Jews, people you can't discriminate, did it based off my legislation. That's all I'm saying. So I can set the bar of how I want to do things. And I think that's okay.
You just use the word discriminate. And if you tell these other people they can't do it, you are actually discriminating against them.
Those are the laws.
I hear you. I'm saying
how you do things.
No matter how much you talk, I'm going to wait for him to end because he know what he just said. If you said discrimination is a bad thing, that is literally what you'd be doing to the Caribbeans. That's what you would be doing.
So I'm not discriminating against them. I'm setting and saying, hey, this is offensive towards me. I'm not saying you can't participate. I'm telling you, you can't offend me upon something that that's meant for me.
They're not making a joke out of what you're doing. They're not making a joke out of it. They're not calling it a name. They're not saying the people celebrated are stupid. They're not saying anything.
Okay, look, let's just get some hands. Okay, Tommy, you can stay on the stage. We just got to clear the stage because people are requesting. But look, Tommy, it just seems like you keep rebuttaling every goddamn day. Okay.
You mean like how you rebutted everything I said?
From Caribbean, Tommy?
Yes, I am. Come on, God.
Don't cover it up.
I'm from the Caribbean and I'm gay. Go ahead. What else? I'm broke. Anything else you want to say that has nothing to do with what I said?
I know you want to rebut, Tommy.
You're Caribbean.
This is great. Yes, I'm Caribbean. Yes, I am Caribbean.
Let Eric go.
Okay, so I want to say this, right? It really bothers me that because I've had talks before with Tommy on the panel.
Oh God!
And now that he's openly came out and said that he is a tether, in fact, and I mean it with all the disrespect, right? Because it really bothers me that I was in middle school when I first found out about Tommy, and the leopard doesn't change. Right, is spots.
Y'all, this
so
thing,
it goes to say this, right? I feel like that this man that has wreaked havoc on Black America, and I feel like he's the godfather of the incels that we see running rampant in the Black community, and to find out that he is a tether male, it just solidifies how I feel about how these tethers are a problem for Black America. Because Tommy is a bi-ethnic tether. And then we don't even know if that mother that he says is American is even Black American.
Jesus Christ.
Because when you say American, they don't specify anything. So Tommy, and then he's sitting up there going up for this Junetenth Juve shit. That's another reason how you know that it ain't fucking good for Black America. If Tommy Sotomayor is going up for it. So my thing is this. Y'all motherfucker, when Nicki Minaj got her motherfucking ass up there, and I love Nicki, but when she got up there and said, no, bitch, you not finna use my culture. We don't fucking touch y'all shit. We let y'all have y'all tranny shit, y'all Caribbean girls or whatever, all that. We let y'all have it. But y'all not finna come in our motherfucking house and
somebody got buy me a
thing.
shot.
We gonna check y'all just like y'all check us when it come to y'all shit. What's good for the goose is gonna be good for the gander. And y'all motherfucking tellers, y'all need to stop living in yesterday. Yeah, Black Americans used to not keep their shit. But wake up, nigga. Bitch, coming. Y'all need to wake the fuck up. We're in today now. We're not in yesterday. So what the fuck is we talking about? And then you got this, and then I'm gonna land with this. This whole Junetenth Juve shit is literally the embodiment of what we've been talking about. How tethers will go under the Black American identity and bastardize it, and to the outside, people will think that it's us that's up there fucking twerking and eating fucking chicken. You will literally have these tethers celebrating fucking Juneteenth, having fucking watermelons and chicken, and say, "Oh, I'm a Black American. I eat chicken and I drink grape juice." and people don't think it's us. Like that's literally what the fuck I see right there. But I digress.
Thank you, Eric.
I would like to respond really quickly to what he said. He
Let
said
him
that
get a
he called me
rebuttal, man. Let him get a rebuttal.
Yes. He said that being a tether in the most disrespectful ways. Well, let me tell you something. Tethers ain't the one that ran around and got DL spreading all kind of STDs like fags are, and I mean that in the most disrespectful way. So I would rather be a tether than a fag. Since you thought you could call me out my name, I could call you back, right? Since we playing the disrespect game. See, it's the fags that was spreading the HIV to the black people. It's the fags that was ruining families by pretending to be heterosexual men, and it's them who are going around taking away black women's choices between having men so they can have families. So when you want to talk about who caused the problem in the black community, I guarantee you I can show you more gays causing problems with them.
Tommy,
Giselle.
that you sounded sassy. Tommy.
Y'all,
let that bitch go. Let him go. Let him
go back.
Trini,
You didn't
stay out
stop
that
him.
car.
You didn't stop him from
Between
going at me.
Eric and Tommy. Eric
Right,
is my
you didn't
daughter,
stop him
my
from going at me.
daughter.
But hold on, y'all. Yeah. Go
This
on.
what I
Eric
don't
is
like. They go
Eric
at
is
me
my
and they let
eldest
it
daughter,
happen.
and I have not
respond.
learned how to
girl,
We
regulate.
gotta shut him up.
Girl to girl, I got this one. Girl to girl, I got this one. Let him go.
Okay.
Tommy,
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Call him sis.
I took less
Call
time
him
than you.
sis.
Reels, don't get that bitch no ammunition. Let him loose. Turn him loose.
I'm already done. I've already proven my point. Tethers have caused less problem to blacks in America than fags have, and that's a fact.
Okay, well, we can go around the room and then I'll give a rebuttal.
Oh no, you can give a rebuttal now.
You got to go now.
Okay, so well, don't mind if I do. It's my turn. Okay, so on the contrary, it's actually tethers again, Tommy, because y'all tethers over there across the pond, y'all were so madly homophobic to y'all gay tethers and throwing them all in the gullies and Uganda making it illegal to be gay and everything, right?
Be.
A lot of those gay tethers develop diseases and HIV and everything. So a lot of them fled to the United States. And a lot of them went to America because I've encountered a bunch of them. That's where the motherfucking STDs and all that shit is coming from. Right. And then if we go to the straight tether mills, a lot of y'all are gender motherfucking fluid. As fuck. I done seen so many tether males in my motherfucking DMs from Africans, Jamaicans, motherfucking like you fucking name it, black, British, that y'all hold that motherfucking crown. We not finna do that. Y'all gay tethers have been spreading the HIV, and because y'all be sitting up there throwing them all in the motherfucking gullies, and they got the fuck and shit and piss in the motherfucking gullies in the ditch. That's where the HIV is coming from. Okay, because get this, as a foundational black American punk, I don't conduct myself like them. Right? That's how y'all punks don't got nothing on the FBA punks. Let's call it what it is. That's because if the category was going punk for punks, the FBA punks win. And I land there.
Okay, I said tethers
versus
fag.
And that's on 1865, girl.
Right, okay.
Well, hold on. We got to make sure we understand. You just said you're an FBA. So you're an FBA who's gay. Giselle is an FBA. Another one. You have two on the stage, but you know what I haven't heard?
I am not. I am a Black American woman.
Oh my God. Hey, re-up. There y'all go. He co-opted y'all womanhood. Okay, and then again.
Mr. Pilot.
Part
listen to what we're saying.
Can you explain that?
So if you're going to say this, we have this American male who is openly gay, who is saying that he have a bunch of non-American males in his DM. Now here has to be the next question, Mr. American male. Do you sleep with the non-American males? Do you lay with tethers? And I mean that in all disrespect, since you think tether is a bad word. Do you lay with them?
Oh, you talking me?
Yes. Do you lay with tethers?
Oh no. Let me tell you something. When I go outside,
a simple question. Do you lay with them? Yes or no?
Oh, you talking have I slept with a tether before?
I'm asking you, do you lay with them? Yes or no?
No, I only foundational Black American men.
Okay, so then that means either you are just having to masturbate because you don't have a bunch of them, or that there's a bunch of foundational Black American men who are out there for you to sleep with, which still proves my point. Thank you.
Okay, but at the same time, I didn't say gay though. It could be gay men as well.
Oh, wait. You're sleeping with men. But what would it make them if you sleep with them? You're a man and you sleep with a man. What would that make him?
Well, I've only slept with 2 men in my life.
I said if you're a man and you sleep with a man, what does that make that man? If you're a man and you sleep with a man, what does that make that man you slept with? Doesn't it make him
bisexual? Gay? Bisexual.
Okay, which would mean DL. That's how he ends up bringing his disease he got from you to women.
Oh, girl, we already know where the diseases come from overseas.
There it is. So, ladies, that's why you Black women are dealing with so much, because every time a truth comes out, there's a denial.
Well, we all know that, Mr. Pilot.
Hey, Tommy. Like my opinion on this is kind of unpopular in the Black American spaces, even though I'm a Black American. I really don't care that they celebrate they shit with us. I actually like it. I mean, because they lit as fuck, and I like getting lit with them, and they be hump dancing and shit. Like,
it's always the niggas who want to keep
I love going out there to hump on a big old fat ass.
That's who it is.
Like, I've been celebrating Juneteenth since I was about 6 years old in a small town in Cleveland, Texas, right, where my family from. I'm descended from somebody that was free in 1865. And at the cookout, they wasn't hump dancing and drinking like that.
Ass. You done sold out for a piece of ass.
I'm humping on Jamaican ass.
You done sold out for a piece of ass. That's crazy.
Told y'all
what the problem is.
Now you're a motherfucker.
This whole thing,
Black American culture,
until people started to monetize Juneteenth. That's when people wanted to gatekeep it. I ain't never been able to monetize it, so I don't give a fuck. But what I can do is attend their shit with them and celebrate my shit with theirs, and I get to hump dance all day. I'm gonna go ahead and land there, y'all. Y'all don't kill me.
Mr. Pilot, can I ask you something?
It's okay, you're a degenerate.
A lot of y'all niggas gonna be y'all downfall. And I said it.
Would you care if they celebrated Juneteenth, but they didn't know what it was, and they basically
why do they keep saying that? Most Blacks don't even know what the English words mean.
Yeah, but wait. Would you mind if they made it into their own thing?
They can't make it into their own
thing. She says Trinity.
Because it's still Black Americans celebrating.
Her page says.
So how is it gonna become their own thing?
Wait a minute. Is y'all
wait a minute. How are they? I'm confused. As someone that's from Texas, because we've had someone from Texas on the panel, they have stated that they were offended at what people consider to be a proper way to celebrate Juneteenth. And so you simply just said that you're not offended being a Texan. That
I'm not a Texan. Like, my family's from, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. My ancestors from Texas, and I go to celebrate it with them.
Oh, that probably
we all out of a small ass town. New Orleans ain't a small town. The man on my photo was out of New Orleans. Grandparents out of Cleveland, Texas. Little small ass town.
Isn't
y'all they celebrated Juneteenth with the little town parade, a barbecue, and all of that shit. But you know,
you don't think that's appropriate celebration of Juneteenth as opposed to humping on ass that you stated?
I look at it this way. I'm a
which is all that you're going to get at Juve is humping, because that's all that was in that video.
I mean, listen, I get to hump on people, I get to drink, I get to meet people, I get to hear about their culture, I get to taste their food, I get to share my food. I look at it as a cultural exchange.
What does that have to do with celebrating Black American Emancipation Day? All of that is great.
Okay, so my ancestors live with me, right? They live within me. So when I celebrate, they celebrate. I know why Juneteenth is special to me. I'm not a Johnny-come-lately. I've been celebrating this shit. So, you know, I know who I celebrate for. I know what it meant to them. Family being able to unite now that everybody is free without fear of recapture. That's why I celebrate. All of that other shit, it don't matter. The festivals, I ain't never did it like that. So when I see people merging the festivals and shit together, and I seen them out there hum dancing and drinking and all of that shit and vibing, I wanted to go over there and have a good time with them. And I don't feel like I'm wrong for that. Because like I said, I celebrate for my own personal reasons. This is what Juneteenth means to me.
Your personal reason is ass, though.
But isn't y'all co-host to Tether?
No.
Wait.
That's literally what you just said. You literally, that's literally what you just said. You said that
no,
as long
I mean
as you
that's
can
one of the
have.
parts, though. That's one of the
You
parts.
literally said that as
But that's
long
the
as you
only one
can
you mentioned.
have
But I'm
with a
also
Jamaican and
I'm a play
Trini
spades,
woman.
and I'm gonna pay homage to the ones that was enslaved that made it possible.
I don't think that those things will be found in Gervais because
Mr.
we didn't see
Pilot,
them.
do you care if white people say nigger? Nigger?
Yeah, I do. I got into a fight and damn near got fired from a job because somebody said that shit.
Mm.
It's an insult versus a dance.
I don't cross those lines. But
So
I'm not gonna sit
basically,
here and lie and say I've never seen a white girl playing volleyball with a big old fat white ass and I didn't want to grab a handful of it.
Not a
what the hell?
I'm gonna keep it clean. I think
Keep it real.
everybody
Keep it real. Mr.
My
Pilot.
God,
You ever hit a white girl?
Yeah, many of them. I eat a bologna sandwich.
You're not a man if you haven't.
You said,
girl, let's
Hi,
not.
Mr. Palak.
Please
You
don't.
ain't never
Please
slept with
don't.
no
Please
white
don't
girl. You've
subject
never
other
made any
people
money
to.
in your life.
Well, Tommy, you deal with white men.
We know Mr. Pilot is
Y'all ever notice
so
how a gay
Mr.
man
Pilot
always try to
is the
insult
black
you by
person
calling
from
you gay?
California that is okay with the Mexicans saying nigga more than he does. That's
See,
very
we
clear.
don't play that. Like I'm from Los Angeles, right? And anybody that's ever been to Los Angeles knows it's a very segregated city. Mexicans live on their side of the city, blacks kind of live on their side of the city, and whites live on their side of the city. And you got certain areas that are more upscale where everybody sort of intermingle, but they're respectful.
Well, why YG and Snoop Dogg or whatever they try to make it seem like it's just so to place to be and they just so integrated.
Okay, let me break it down to you, right? Those are entertainers. Their market started in Los Angeles. They will always have to pander to their market. See what
Bro,
happened?
if you lived in Los Angeles, you know it's fun to live in Los Angeles. I lived out in Los Angeles.
It's lit to live in Los Angeles.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice to live there, but it doesn't mean that it's
But
not
it ain't the
redline.
Snoop
Just
Dogg
like
and YG
think about
story.
it. Chicago is redline, but that don't mean you don't enjoy it.
Right.
You enjoy going to African Village. You enjoy going over to where the Russians are in LA. You enjoy going into each of these spots and enjoying what it is that they do.
I was just in Hancock Park yesterday.
Yes, sir. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Come on now, by the golf course.
Are you saying that they're using our culture to market it to like people overseas?
Yeah, I mean
that's your argument.
Black culture is way deeper than degenerate shit and game banging.
Amen.
In Los
so
Angeles.
they trying to like do global business.
But see, let me say
I agree, Mr. Pilot. I agree, Mr. Pilot. Black American culture certainly is above degeneracy, and so a lot of Black Americans have viewed Jove and what they saw. I don't consider it. I'm not going to judge another cultures and what they do, but I think that for my, Black American aunts and uncles that are living that were born into segregation and attended segregated schools, what they've seen in that Jove video is the furthest from what it means to celebrate emancipation in this country.
Disagree. Like, in the blood, I'm a bayou boy. I've been to New Orleans. I done heard my grandfather's stories and shit. I know what went on in juke joints. I seen the pictures. There's a lot of humping. There's a lot of fucking.
That's our culture.
I judge theirs for humping to
don't
good
you
music.
Do that? I'm from Louisiana.
And
Don't you
doing
do
that
that?
shit.
See, I think you associate Jove with just them humping each other. I think that's
no, it's not. I don't know. It's a celebration of dance, freedom, equality, being free, all that shit. And it's humping involved because that's the way they like to dance. But I'm not gonna sit here and play like black people don't like to hump dance.
Mr. Piven, we don't fuck in the jungle.
If I was in the jungle and wanted to fuck, I might. I did it when I was in Guatemala.
How was that?
It was amazing. The mosquitoes kept getting on me though.
Wait, y'all, let Ronnie go. He's been waiting for like 20 minutes.
We can't trust you.
Y'all got a Tether co-host. Why y'all so upset with Tethers? Your co-host is a Tether.
The ass, no, she ain't no
Tether. I'm about to drop Ronnie.
No, she not a Tether.
Nah, that wasn't me. I didn't say that.
God damn, Trini. God damn. She just dropping everybody.
Okay, so look.
No, I ain't dropping nobody, y'all.
Okay, so look, this is what I gotta say. Hey, the reason why Tommy is so adamant as to welcoming these Caribbeans coming humping on Juneteenth is because he is a Tether. He already admitted this. Everybody know that. And two, the main reason is why Cause in like 2-3 years, once he get everybody to accept that they can come and dry hump and do all this freaky stuff at our cultural event, then he gonna start monetizing, pointing to our event like, look what they doing. They humping on their whoopie woo day. That's all he want to do. That's why he want to tear our culture down. Why he going so hard in the paint to get us to accept these people humping on our holidays? Do he do this for the Irish Day? The fucking whatever the fuck the Irish celebrate. You don't see him going hard trying to turn that into a hump day. He going so hard because he want more videos to be put on our sacred day, and he just gonna start getting content like, look at these black freaks. This all they do. This supposed to be Freedom Day. This is what he want to say in the future. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying it now because he see that we're not accepting it.
This makes zero sense.
So that's why he's going against us not accepting this. We're not accepting this freaky shit, and he's getting angry about it. Do y'all see what he's doing? He's only mad and angry that we're not accepting these other people that has nothing to do with us.
What are we doing?
He's mad at that.
What are we doing?
Y'all know that makes no sense, right? Because if y'all
what are we doing?
Okay, I heard you, sir, but you brought me up. So I want to make sure
doing?
when people speak about me, I should get to speak back. That makes no sense.
Okay.
Sir,
I don't even think you should.
that makes no sense what he's saying. Because if I was trying to set it up to where I could then back, and if what y'all saying today was, we don't think that during our, sir, we don't think during our events of Juneteenth, people should be humping on each other. People should be drinking and doing degenerate shit. I'd understand if I jumped in here and said, yes, they should. Yes, they should. But that's not what happened. I don't think we were arguing degenerate shit. And then he brought up Irish Day. You mean St. Patrick's Day? And I don't remember anybody, because it's St. Patrick's, ain't nobody that was sitting there getting told to fuck up. And yet that's what they're doing now, getting told to fuck up on St. Patrick's Day. And ain't nobody sitting up there saying that ain't what St. Patty was all about.
Y'all killing the argument I said.
Thank you. They're killing it. But I was trying to tell you that's why I was winning.
Two niggas. God damn it, they come up here and follow. Now, y'all do better. Host, co-host, I'm blaming y'all. Now, you do better.
You
Let me
say 10 words to wrap it up. Let me say 10 words to wrap. Hold on. Let me say 10 words to wrap up my rebuttal. Please give me the 10 words to wrap up my rebuttal. Please.
Hold on.
Just 10 words.
Okay, Ryder, you made your submission. There's a native Texan that's on board, and we know that Juneteenth originates in Texas. So, Des, can you go please and just speak on what Juneteenth means to you and your opinions of this Juve festival being celebrated on Juneteenth, which was basically a bunch of dry humping and rolling around in paint and devil horns, which is what I witnessed. Go ahead, Des. Thank you. And then after Des is Carrie.
I get.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not Carrie. Bam Smith. I want new people to speak. Bam Smith and then Carrie. Well, she's down. So Des, Bam Smith, and then the person. Are you going to actually speak? You keep coming up here and not saying nothing.
I mean, I'm eating right now, so I'll let everybody else go.
Okay, so you can drop down. Come back when you're ready to speak. We need room on the stage.
TS, if you need to drop me, I'll go down.
Okay.
Hey,
go ahead, Des.
I just going to Pilot. Hey, Pilot, you from Cleveland, but the Triangle ain't no integration to Galveston, Beaumont, Port Arthur as far as with Juneteenth. Limestone County. Ain't no Caribbean integrating or trying to celebrate that with us. They know what it is. They know how we do it. It's goddamn it, buttermilk pies and barbecue. Fuck is you talking about? You gonna let the goddamn Caribbeans turn it into a carnival? It's not carnival. It's not carnival. It's not that. This is specifically directed towards Black Americans.
And I wasn't referring to Cleveland, Texas. That's the way my family celebrates.
I'm
from Los Angeles. When I celebrate out here, I celebrate in Lamert Park.
About the region, and I know the region.
I know the region
Texas.
too.
You can't. because ain't nobody in Cleveland.
I don't want to integrate Cleveland, Texas. What I want is my right to celebrate it right here in Los Angeles, to be respected when I go in Lamert Park.
You done had 6 Mexican girlfriends.
I probably have, maybe more.
Exactly. We don't.
Some Indian ones too. The lava lava.
We don't trust you niggas from LA.
I don't know why.
Because y'all sold us out. Y'all don't mind y'all
my grandparents dead. That big motherfucker up on my
front. Poppy, y'all don't mind that. Y'all
you just go along like just for the get along. That's it. You don't
I ain't going along to get along. I'm going where I'm loved and where I feel good.
The Mexican.
And you ain't been to the. You ain't been.
And it feel good humping on a big old fat Caribbean ass in the hot sunshine. I ain't going
expose them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't like how you're reducing our Black American history to you being able to hump. I don't need no help. Thank you. I don't like how you have reduced people's grievances to you being able to dry hump Caribbean women. You can dry hump Caribbean women the other 364 days of the year. I don't think that it's necessary for you to be able to dry hump Caribbean women, for you not to understand why people have grievances of what we saw in that video. I'm not calling their culture degenerate because I don't want people to call my culture degenerate. But what I'm saying is, what I saw in that video is disrespectful to how Black Americans would celebrate a particular holiday. And you just reduced it to dry humping. And I'm very offended by that. And I think that your family and ancestors that had to escape Louisiana and to migrate to California and who migrate to California from Texas would be offended that you have reduced their struggles. Remember what Juneteenth Oranges is. People were enslaved.
Yo, this is crazy. What do they do on the 4th of July?
Proclamation.
What do they do on Thanksgiving?
Can I
that is Juneteenth.
This is insane.
That is
Juneteenth in America, so we get to pick. That's the ultimate expression of freedom.
No. That is what Juneteenth is. You're a descendant of Texans whose freedom was delayed. And you want to reduce that to you having a big booty Jamaican woman on you?
I mean, it ain't only Jamaicans there. But isn't that what America is, being free to do what you want? Isn't that what they fought for, to be free to do what they want?
I hate y'all.
I'm just keeping it clean. So I'm exercising my right to freedom as a Black American, and I feel like y'all are judging me.
Why you want to do it with Juneteenth? Do it with the 4th of July.
Well,
what? So it's okay to disrespect the white people's holiday?
Wait, if this make you
Mr.
Better,
Pilot,
nigga,
I hope you got time. Hold on.
You freak. You done sold out
Mr. Pilot, I need you to stay on stage because there's a lot of people that's in the comments just trying to get up here because you really have tried it. You are a descendant. He's literally a descendant of enslaved Texans whose freedom was delayed. That is the little oranges of Juneteenth. You are a direct descendant of that. And you are reducing what those people had to endure enslavement after they were freed by the President of the United States to you being able to be dry humped by island gals.
Why don't we ask the Texans how they think it should be celebrated since they are the ones who created it? Let them come up with rules. And everyone else follows them. Why is that not fair?
Okay, guys, please be patient. The stage is full. I'm going to try and get you guys up here.
There was rules set up to it. Juneteenth wasn't something that was actually celebrated because I got family on the East Coast. They didn't even know. They didn't know till they come to visit with us down here.
I agree.
Juneteenth.
We in Atlanta we knew nothing about it in Atlanta.
Known thing, even amongst Black Americans.
Hi, Des. I heard there was legislation for Juneteenth that had all of these things that we have been talking about that they was scrapped, and then the executive order was written. So I just heard that on the radio show.
That's true. That's true, Buffalo. That's
like true. It should be a website where we could go to and see exactly what is expected to happen.
But it was spread word of mouth, Tommy.
No, I'm saying now you can do it. The Bible was spread, bro. The Bible was spread word of mouth before it was actually written down.
And that's what Juneteenth was did.
No, I'm saying, but you can write it down now. Please. But you can write it down now. Why not do it?
Well, it is being done. So it is being done, and a lot of Black American tradition was never written down. I see. This is why we talk about why it's important to know your lineage and heritage. A lot of Black American culture is just passed down through words and repetition, call and response. That is the origin of many genres of music that Black Americans have created and given to the world, Tommy.
But we don't keep doing that. Right now, y'all use the internet. Y'all don't use clicks and y'all don't use smoke.
How Black Americans celebrate Juneteenth is literally being created now. It is.
I am, though. All I'm saying. So, did I say anything wrong by saying why not write it down? Everything that y'all even said about past Black history, write it down now. So it doesn't get misconstrued, and so other people can't come in and change it and say they heard it differently. Write it down. That's you gonna have if you got a will, or if any one of y'all got a will, you know what you can't do? Go and say how Black folks normally pass it down verbally, so I didn't need no will. You get a will.
Okay, we're gonna get to the hand. So hold on. We're gonna
real quick. No. This will take 20 seconds. This is literally why I said earlier, if you take it back, I was only talking about being litigious, right? Y'all can have that conversation. And I did say social things are downstream for politics. So that's why you need to gatekeep. So when you go for legislation, you're asking for reasons why. And there you go. You have a reason. So you can actually, now I can therefore start attacking people and making you adhere. So we can do those rounds on TV, morning shows, right? Real quick, so we can get the word out and explain, right? Why these harms, why these things need to be get kept. That's why I would say, because I'm tired of niggas telling me how ratchet my culture is. Bitch, your culture ratchet too.
And real, something you're saying that is crazy.
And thank you for hold on. Thank you for waking that up because that's the second. Thank you for waking that up because that's the second piece of this is they often speak very negatively of Black American culture. Will even say we don't have culture, but suddenly you want to now participate in Juneteenth. Well, I don't know how you're participating in Black American holiday if we don't have no culture.
Stop it. We literally join every holiday, even though we don't nobody celebrate no President's Day, but your Black ass stay off when they tell you not to go to work and you do things on that day. You don't care about them presidents. Stop with that mess, y'all. No one cares about most of these holidays, but if you get that day off and everybody else barbecuing, you will barbecue.
No, sir. What you're not going to do is reduce Black American. I don't need no help. What you're not going to do, Mr. Panama, is reduce Black American Heritage Emancipation Day to President's Day. That's what you're not going to do. Now, I understand that you may be 50% Black American, but I'm 100% Black American. And my Black American ancestors built this country from the ground up, from the White House to the U.S. Capitol, to the cotton gin, which made this country the richest country in the history of man. So that's what you're not going to do. You're not going to reduce my Emancipation Day, sir. Now that's how you clear a bitch.
Look, sir, did your ancestors build America with a limp wrist?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Clean Black Fat Bitch. First off, you've been eating good. Have you been eating turkey necks and turkey wings, Tommy? I've seen those videos. You're getting a little heavy in the stomach. So before you check me, you need to check your own self.
But everything else is still large, ain't it? Go and tell them.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
You said
I wouldn't know.
You can't, nope. You can't take it back now. Nope. You go if you
want to get to the hand, because people like to talk.
Yes, I'm sorry. Y'all know I don't know how to really run a space. I need my co-host.
Maybe need a better co-host.
Giselle over there blushing. Look at Giselle blushing.
That's so disrespectful. I can't hold it.
Stop blushing, Giselle. Stop blushing.
Okay. All right. Giselle, who you want to go first?
Miss Lisa can go. And guys, please be patient. There's so many people trying to get on stage. Go ahead, Miss Lisa.
FBA men fuck better.
I'm just going to say this real quick, right? As a New Yorker, I grew up with every nationality. I used to go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. They got St. Patrick's Day, and then the most biggest parade was the Labor Day Parade in Brooklyn on Eastern Parkway.
Yep.
Me and my sister and we used to sit on the roof on the corner of East New York and Ralph Avenue, and we watched it. And one thing that we never did, we never wanted to put on no flowers. We didn't tell them they can't beat they steel drums. We didn't tell them what they can do and how to do it. I find it disrespectful to my ancestors. My mother, I'm 60. So you listen to somebody's mother who scrubbed floors. My daddy ran from the Klan. And y'all sitting up here acting like this shit is a joke. It's not a joke. Why is it all right that everybody to impede on our progress, but yet y'all want to protect yours? Y'all so disrespectful. Juneteenth, we didn't even know about it because, see, this is what's going on in this room, a lack of education.
The Klan was running them
That's
around
the
in
problem.
New York.
And when you're not educated and you don't know better, that's when you become offensive.
Well, you said educated.
And right now, I am very offended to hear this. Oh, why can't I dry on somebody's boobie? You know what? That's what they taught you to think. And you're doing
she was crying.
If you knew how y'all sounded right now, our ancestors will rise up and slap the shit out of all y'all.
God.
And that's all I got to say.
Listen, Lisa, I mean, this man is a descendant from Texas. From Texas. He's a descendant and came on here and said he does not care how they disrespect our culture as long as big booty Caribbean women dry hump on him. Like, that was disgraceful. A descendant of Texas. I don't know. Anyway, Bam Smith has had his hand up a long time. Can you go, please?
Hello, how y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
This nigga with his voice is killing
my knee
me.
had buckled.
Okay. Yeah, hope y'all having a nice day. I'm at work right now, so I'm gonna be quick. I'm a descendant of Black Americans from Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And that's currently where we reside. Over 100 years, we moved down here. My mom and dad was alive when they had segregation. They told me the stories of my uncles getting beat up in diners when they were trying to work because they made white people food wrong. You know, so the Juneteenth festival and celebration, you know, it's really about Black American pride to me and here in our heritage. And, you know, I don't have no problem with nobody amongst the diaspora. I'm Black first. So I understand that anybody could be mistaken for being Black American, no matter where you walk in America. It's just, you know, the same way I wouldn't go to any festival honoring, you know, the memory of your dead ancestors.
Tommy, cotton only,
and, you know, disrespected in any kind of way. If I was in the
cotton
Caribbean,
only
like,
contributed to 5 to 10% of GDP in the 1800s.
And,
they didn't
you
build
know,
this country.
the same
I
way
know
in
male
America,
culture. It's a lie.
You know, 350 years, 400 years of pain and suffering. And the one day that we get, that finally get recognized,
well, Jesus,
spread throughout America for all of us to recognize and respect it and pay homage, and you just want to shake ass and
you mean Martin Luther King Day
and shit like that. I mean, that's cool. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do, but you know, just respect.
But they won't tell us what the celebration is supposed to be.
From. That's all I think people are saying in this chat, in this conversation.
You know, but I agree with you. Like, if that video just said Juve celebrating Caribbean Heritage Month, because June is Caribbean Heritage Month in this country, I would have no issue with it. None. And I'm not calling their culture degenerate. If that's how they want to celebrate their emancipation, they have every right to. But I don't think that that's what our ancestors wanted, and I think that's why we see the outrage here. We're going to continue with the hands. Look at me running the space. Deborah, I want new people to speak. Deborah, and then more time, please. Deborah been up here for about 2 hours. Deborah, and then Kate Cancel. Wait, is Kate Cancel? Is your hand up? Okay, so Deborah, Wartime, and then Pray More.
Good
Guys,
evening.
please be patient. The queue is full. The stage is full. We will get you up as soon as we can. After you're finished speaking, can you please drop down to make it easier for the rotation?
Yeah,
Thank
let's add
you.
bless. I can't approve anybody, by the way. Hmm.
Shaq G,
All
I
right, I
saw
got
you
it.
requesting. I want you to request again because I know grew up and live in Texas, and so I want to hear from Texans in this conversation.
Okay, hi. Some of you I'm familiar with. Giselle, nice to meet you. Buffalo, nice to meet you. Trini, Mr. Re-Ups, I think I've seen you before. And I live in New York. I was born in South Carolina. I've also lived on the West Coast. The West Coast is just, nobody has a soul out there. So this guy talking about he want to dry hump somebody. If he dry hump somebody at some of the Juve, and I've been to Juve for 30 years, and I love all of the culture because it's really not about degeneracy. It's about history, loins. So, don't be running around thinking that it's about dry humping because it's not. Juve is actually a celebration of political thought of what's been going on the year before in Europe, in England. And there was also a Caribbean parade after Juve that celebrates that the whites were a part of, or the white slave owners were a part of. But Juve, they would create their costumes and have their celebration before the large parade, and that's what they do here. And it's about the history,
I had
and it
Juve on
always
my
has
duvet once.
political themes. So, and it's chucking
Then
that people
Juve
do.
used to
It's
be with the
chuck,
Hot
it's the
Boys.
walk, because you're walking into freedom. It's not about the dry humping.
He was a
It's
paper
not about
chaser.
the
He
street
had his block on
bumping or
fire.
anything like that. It's more about the history. So, that needs to be cleared up about Juve. And as an American, I participated, and my partner would never let me get close to people dancing, but I would chuck. I would get behind a steel orchestra that I liked, and I would chuck. And that's what it's about. It's not about the sexual part of it. As I got into an argument with the white man because he called it wilding, but it's not about any of that. So the steel orchestras come from all over the country. They set up their orchestrations, and they get awards, and that's what it's really about. And if you get with the band that you like, you chuck. It's the way you walk, and you chuck behind the band. So I want to clear that up about Juve. As far as Juneteenth goes, I've also been a part of a Juneteenth celebration here in Brooklyn. This lady, she's a designer, Brenda Bunsen Bay, and she was from Georgia, but she would have a Juneteenth presentation here in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, and it's really sophisticated because there's dance that goes all the way back to the 40s. And there's always like a really classy presentation of the arts, and then
Notice the
it's
respect that
recognition
they
to the
have for
history
women in the
of
black community.
Juneteenth and
She has
why
not
it was
gotten cut off at
celebrated. And
all.
it was also a large celebration of respect. And we have vendors, selling clothes. We would have
That's right. Chuck a buck for your
watermelon
homie.
and food
Chuck a
and
buck for the
drink,
show.
but there was never any disrespect. It was always respect to the ancestors and the history, as well as Juve. So now, do I have a problem with people, wanting to combine the two? As long as the aspect of history is brought out in both situations, I can't say that I have a problem with it.
They keep trying to swear up and down. You should know the
Originators
history.
of
And most
Juve, a
things
lot
that
of them
blacks celebrate, they
passed
don't know the
on,
history of
and
it.
I know they're not happy about what's happening, or what that
This is
some dude
insane.
is running around talking about it's about dry humping, because that's a goddamn lie. And then the same thing with the Juneteenth. I don't want that turning into no dry humping, or like wild whatever they're doing, the body shakes or the pelvic jumping or whatever, because it's not about that. It's always been about the history. And somebody, those of us that are alive and want to keep the history alive, we need to make sure that nothing gets watered down, that it's not about history, because it's all about history. So if somebody wants to set up a Juve, and they have the steel orchestrations, and you get to choose a band, that gets an award on Juneteenth, I'm not sure that's going to happen, because it's a different method of respecting the history. Juneteenth, I think a whole lot more people really need to know what that's about, because I really don't think people know. And it seems to me when they create a holiday here in America, it becomes a day for revenue for white supremacy.
Oh
And me
God.
personally, after I've worked
Black
in
countries
corporate
don't even
America,
celebrate holidays
I
like they
would
do in
always go
America.
to
Think
work
about
for Martin
that.
Luther King's birthday, because I know
If you
that's
go
what
to
he
the black
wanted.
countries in
And when I
Africa,
got a
they
minute
don't
to work on
celebrate
President's
holidays
Day,
like
I will
Americans
fucking
do.
go, because it would be a quiet day and I could get a lot of work done. So these holidays are basically set aside for
Holiday
revenue
is
generation for the
uniquely
white supremacist
is
culture
a
that is
white people's
dying.
thing.
So they're, like this year, the gala in New York is about dandyism. Black men have been dressing dandy all of their lives. They need a way to make money. So anytime they need a way
Again,
to
they
make
don't
money,
cut
what
black women off.
do?
I've
They
proven my
come right
point.
to our culture. They appropriate something and steal it, and then the designers
Black
create
man talk,
clothes
they can't
around it,
let him
and they
talk. They got to cut him
dramatize
off.
it. It makes us look dumb because we're not getting any money for it. And they're getting the money for it,
Thank
and
you,
it gives them a
NCDOO.
better way to just like increase their white supremacy. Now, the dude that's talking about the dry humping, he's probably a big fat motherfucker that can't get nobody to dry hump him, or find nobody. So he got to run around and disrespect black women talking about dry humping their asses. He's really made me mad. And I've been in LA and I lived in California, and I know that they have no souls out there. So he needs to, get on his knees and give tribute to his ancestors and say some prayers, because he's way off the mark with the dry humping thing. Neither one of them about dry humping. And I guess I'll land my my thing there, because he really irked me. And the lady Lisa, I too, I have a partner, or we're in the midst of
What the fuck
splitting,
is
so
a
it's kind
partner?
of hard. But he's Caribbean.
We treated Juneteenth like the 4th
and
of
we
July.
actually did the
We
whole
just
thing.
barbecued and had a
So
crawfish boil,
the
says
whole thing means
Crispy
making
Leg.
the costumes. That starts in, like, they actually start planning it in February, and I got a lot of respect for what they do. So they start designing the costumes and everything. So then in June and July, they have like some type of, usually the guy has a PhD.
Nope,
I've
she's
never
still
seen
going.
a woman do it, but he orchestrates the song that they're going to use, in the competition on Labor Day. So they have to, identify the parts, build the steel pans. By the way, the patent for the steel pans is owned by some white dude in Chicago, and they're actually made in. They got some really sophisticated ones being made in Japan, but the Caribbeans didn't even get the patent on that. And that, that's a tearjerker, because I've had conversations, with some of the conductors, and it's a shame that they created that entire.
Well, I've never had any conversations with some of the
Deborah, can you land your plane, please?
But I've had some conversations with semiconductors.
It's all about history. We all should respect each other, and hopefully, Juneteenth will not be watered down to just dry humping, and we'll just keep educating each other, and that's it. And thank you for letting me speak. Thank you.
Thank you. And Miss Deborah, if you can just let yourself down after you're finished speaking, please. Thank you.
They can't water it down. That shit been goddamn in Texas since the 70s. It's been law here, a state holiday. You
What
can't
up,
never
Dez?
water that
What
shit
up,
down.
y'all? I got it. What's up?
Hey,
What's up, y'all?
time.
What up, Space? Shout out to everybody, to the host, to the co-host. Shout out to y'all. Happy June. Happy coming when we get to Juneteenth. Happy Pride Month. Juvert.
Hold on, wait a minute, because we had hands going.
It's
and I'm
Juve.
next.
No shade.
Juve. Yeah. Juve. Okay. Well, I don't know because it's not American. And most of us don't know. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know what no Juve is. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying? In fact, we know what Cinco de Mayo is, actually. No disrespect, but you cannot combine no Juve, steel drums, or whatever to Juneteenth. Why? Juneteenth is American. I was so disrespected when I heard someone that sounded possibly like an immigrant say, I go to work on Martin Luther King and I go to work on President's Day, because immigrants don't have respect for the heritage of this nation and our country and what we've come through and what we've been through, and the blood that we put all into this soil. So that's wrong. And unfortunately, I understand some people won't get that, but sometimes you can't get that when you ain't a part of the essence of this nation. That's the problem that I have with this. Shout out! I just learned a whole lot about Juve and what it is, and the steel drums and stuff like that. However, it's a rich culture. Sounds like I heard I mention England and all that kind of stuff. Good for you, but that ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Americans, when you turn on the Super Bowl now, you will hear the national anthem, and you would hear lift every voice and sing. Something immigrants really can't resonate or understand. When I look at the old black and white civil rights movies and the things of that, and the documentaries, they weren't there. It was us. When Aretha Franklin was tearing this nation up with the voice that's in the Library of Congress, they weren't there. When Ray Charles was singing "God Bless America," they weren't there. When you were eating hot dogs on 4th of July, you know what I'm saying, with the kids on your block in the 90s, the white kids, they weren't there.
Jesus Christ.
All them other flags, Jamaica and all the other things in the Jumbotron, rich heritage, beautiful history, a tapestry of resilience, but it's not American. Juneteenth is American. Our families are still alive. You know what I'm saying? That we're all a part of these struggles. I hail from the state of California, one of the biggest booms of Black culture in this country. When you watch all your movies, things like Friday, and you see the LA culture and your chicken and waffles and church and so many things, it's California, but an immigrant wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be Black to know that, because we're all connected. And people in California, if you didn't know, they all come from the South. My mother's side hails from Oklahoma. They were a part of the Tulsa City, Oklahoma City bombing. You can look up Portwood Williams and you will see the civil rights leaders that were a part of the sit-ins and your monuments to him. That's my uncle. My dad's side hails from Louisiana. This is Black American history all over this nation. So no wonder an immigrant would go to work on Martin Luther King Day and compare Juneteenth, the freedom of our ancestors, to a Juve. They ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. But it's no different when the Armenians celebrate the Armenian genocide in LA. They take over city. Cinco de Mayo is huge in this country. But these things are not American. These are fact. Respect to the diaspora, respect to them, but culturally, it's not the same. And don't know Black people know what that is, Juve. We absolutely, y'all probably do in New York because that's, immigrant land. But in the rest of America, you go to the first Black person you see and say, hey, are you doing anything for Juve? They're going to look at you like, who? What? Because we're not in the same community. That's not the Black community. The Black American community means common unity, where we have things in common with each other, primarily culture and our heritage and everything that we have here. And this gonna really piss some of y'all off. Black Americans have more in common with white people, white Americans, than any Black person in the diaspora. Why? Because we're on the same land. It's the truth. We celebrate the same God. We eat the same foods. Some of you call it Southern cuisine, and some will call it soul food. But you go into Paula Dean's house before you go into anybody in the Caribbean's house. You're going to Bubba's for barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Before you go into a Jamaican spot for barbecue. You know what I'm saying? So this is literally the facts. And people don't like the fact because sometimes separation anxiety doesn't feel really good. But the thing is, it's just the truth. Don't blame me, blame history, and blame the transatlantic slave trade, which put us all from the same root, but in different parts of the planet to develop our individual cultures and experiences. But over here in America, as a Black American, as a foundational Black American, as a part of the stock that built this nation and launched it into greatness, a part of every one of her wars, a part of the civil rights movement that allow you all here. It's Juneteenth is American. Juve, we will support y'all. Shout out if you invite us to the steel drum out. You know what I'm saying? To the curry goat. You know what I'm saying? To the rice and peas. I'm coming to get some. I'm on my way. Shout out to y'all. Much respect. I land.
Thank you. Next.
Okay, so hello again. I'm gonna be very brief
What
because
you
I was
mean
trying to pop
again? I
back
thought
on.
we doing new speakers.
When I'm going to be very brief.
Yeah,
Don't
I got my
worry.
hand up. I'm a new speaker. You could do it
You're a
again
new
after.
speaker. What's your name, boo? Who is that talking?
Hold on,
Shaq
just
G.
let
I thought you
hold
wanted
on.
to.
Just
I
wait.
thought you
Just
wanted to
wait.
let.
Let her
y'all
go.
said
No,
it
no,
was
no,
a
no. Wait,
speaker.
let her
Let,
go and you'll go when you call it. It's just she
well,
get in
Rhea, if I
order.
was, well, Rhea, if I was going to actually
I'm
respect
saying
the
let
new
you
speaker.
go.
Okay,
Let you
okay, well,
go.
that's
Go
fine. Okay,
ahead.
no
Just
problem, no
go.
problem. Yeah, I'm going to be very brief anyway. Because I was just trying to hop on because I wanted to rebut something that Tommy was talking about earlier. So he mentioned how we don't, how we observe things like St. Patrick's Day and such, and how they didn't begin how they're celebrated now, which is true. But we were not the reason for the cultural evolution of St. Patrick's Day. Like, so another culture didn't change how Irish people celebrated St. Patrick's Day. They were in control of that. So my issue is when people, we can remix it all day long and make it our own. We're masters of that. You're right. We as Black Americans are masters of that. But flipping it is one thing, remixing it is one thing, co-opting it is a whole nother thing.
What?
So I don't want them coming in to change what the core of something is because they don't have that right. They don't have the power to do that within our culture. It was my only issue. And I have a separate bone to pick with you, Tommy, but I'll do that at a later date. I won't do it on Giselle's stage. It's an old bone to pick. But yeah, I sent the follow because we can address it. Thank you.
Thank you, Pray More.
Who
Okay,
is
Shaq
this?
G.
What up to the host Giselle, co-host Rios, co-host Buffalo. What up to the room? Uh,
She said she followed me and she
them
does.
doing the
But who is
Juve
this?
Juneteenth thing is disrespect, even if they don't know it, right? See, the thing is that true enough, we all black, blase, this and that, got the skin tone,
Who
but
is
we
she?
got a different mixture
She got an
over
issue with
here in the
me.
U.S.
Well,
We
I'll tell
wasn't
her that she want to come on the
colonized
show.
by
Y'all want me to do a show with
Catholics.
her?
You know what
I'll
I'm
tell her to come
saying?
on the show.
And we didn't retain or keep any of that African shit. You know what I mean? The crazy wild dance. We didn't keep none of that shit, right? Now look, them over there, the Trinidadians or whatever the fuck, where is it at? Where they at? They kept that African, they kept a lot of African traditions, right? And they was enslaved by Catholics. That's not the same as our enslavement. We got a different mixture of cultures with indigenous people over here. And we were mostly, we could say 100% damn near 90 some percent Christians over here, which we had a different set of values for hundreds of years before we were free, right? That's why when we had a different set of manners as well. It was nothing African about it. No wild in the jungle, crazy dancing.
Wow. See?
We learned manners, a set of manners and rules from the Bible, not Catholicism, and we wasn't secretly doing some African shit behind the scenes. When they got free, they went straight to doing some crazy African shit because they held on to a lot of it with the dancing, the sexual dancing. That was the display. They had freedom to do the bullshit that they ancestors did in Africa. I'm just keep it real. That's what it was because Africans still walking around with the titties out, pussy out, dicks out. They dancing all crazy. They do that. We don't do that over here. We didn't hold on to any of that if we had any of that to begin with, because I believe it was black people over here already. Maybe a few Africans came over here. So when they think they paying homage to us being free, they think it's like them. When they got free, they let loose and went straight back to some African shit. When we got free, we were Christian, upstanding gentlemen. Our women were Christian women. We don't sell, if we gonna celebrate the raunchy side, it's gonna be at night at a club, a juke joint somewhere off to the side. That's why we still have strip joints that'll celebrate our holidays. But that's to the side. The main event, families there. We barbecuing, we got cousins and aunties. So they don't know how to pay homage to our shit right because they too African. That's my opinion. And they think they paying homage, but it's disrespectful because they didn't take time to realize that most of our roots and traditions come from Christianity that we've been practicing since the beginning over here. And I know a lot of
Christianity.
people don't, oh fuck that, I don't believe in the Bible, all this and that. Yeah, but your ancestors did. So it's part of our tradition. So we can
Jesus
still keep the
Christ.
upstanding traditions of our ancestors. You don't gotta
This
believe in
sounds
they God if you
disgusting.
don't
What did
want
I
to.
tell
That's
y'all
your
what they were?
choice. but
they're
our
just junior
traditions come from
KKK.
those type of values, and
These
being
are
in
junior
public and having a
KKKs.
certain type of presentation in public eye. All right, and that's where I'm land is disrespect because they didn't take time to realize what type of niggas, aka black folk, we is over here.
Thank you, Shaq G. So we'll continue with our new speakers. And then guys, after you speak, if you could just drop yourself down so other people can come up, please. Um, Blessed, Mel, and then Prestige, Glow. 999, is your hand up? Do you want to speak?
Oh, okay.
Is that a real account?
Sure.
Or is that?
I thought you were calling me. So should I go down or?
Do you want to speak on the topic?
I do, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah.
It's brief. It's brief.
Okay.
I promise.
So, no. I'm saying so. The order is Blessed, Prestige, and then 999.
Okay. Hi, Giselle. I don't know you, but hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Mel.
Bonsoir.
So my parent. Wait, I'm sorry. What was the last thing you just said, Giselle? I'm sorry.
It was French.
No, bonsoir, me connais, me haïtien. So, which means good evening. I'm aware. So my parents did immigrate here from Haiti. My father in 1967 and my mother in 1970. So they did definitely have some disrespectful things happen to them, unfortunately. But my mother had a little more bias, unfortunately, and my father didn't. And I played with all types of children as a child. But either way, and it wasn't until I became an adult where I went to an HBCU and learned, the difference between somebody foundationally Black versus someone who is from Caribbean.
Which HBCU did you attend?
Howard.
Oof.
Not good.
Why such a poor choice?
I didn't think it was a poor choice. I still don't.
Can I get an Aggie Pride? The best HBCU.
I know. But I also, either way, but it was my choice, right? And my mother was not very happy, but my father was happy. So, it's versus opinion. But either way, I know the difference. And with knowing the difference and respecting both cultures, do I feel like they can intertwine? Yes. Do I feel like you could still pay separate homage? Absolutely. Because, and honestly, like, I'm not saying we should all just get along, but I think we should all just respect each other's sides. And I'm not saying to intertwine them, but just respect each other and also have a welcoming arm versus, being so closed off. But I think what we are not taking in regards is to respect each other's cultures. That's the biggest thing, to respect each other, ourselves. Am I for the man, only going to dry hump women? Unfortunately, no, I'm not. That's not the reason you should be going.
What are you talking about? If that's what he wants to do, these people are idiots.
If women want to allow you to do so, great for you. But unfortunately, I don't agree. But
these people are stone cold idiots.
My point in general is just respect yourself, respect each other, and respect everybody's culture, everybody's background. And in the end of the day, as long as you respect everybody, you should be good. Now, when somebody disrespects you, then you got a problem. But I land my plane there. I hope everybody has a great Sunday. God bless and take care.
Thank you. Okay,
Prestige. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so
I kind of have a nuanced look at this whole situation. First, I would like to. I, I can see where Tommy Sotomayor is coming from when it comes to the way foundational Black Americans celebrate Juneteenth. I do not think that it is as I think there's a little bit of disingenuity here when it comes to the way FBAs are kind of making it seem like Juneteenth is this high, this prestigious celebration, and there's just no there's no degeneracy. And so, because I mean,
And now wait a
Let her
minute.
finish. Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her
About to say,
finish.
you let everybody else talk.
To be honest,
well, let me get my wig back together. Okay, let me
I'm gonna
shift
be
my
honest.
wig back.
I see people shaking their asses every time at Juneteenth. I do. Like it's like a second Freaknik or whatever that thing was called. Like literally
Where Nicole?
No,
every
let her
Juneteenth.
go.
Let me
there's
go
like
get
a shooting.
Nicole.
There's like a couple of
Go
shootings
on
every
mute. I got
Juneteenth.
it. Keep going. There's a couple
Yeah, I mean,
shootings and ass shaking. Go ahead.
There's a whole bunch of shooting. There's a whole bunch of ass shaking. I wanted to go to a Juneteenth party last year, but then like I realized I don't want to get a fucking bullet in my head, so I just stayed home. Honestly.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, I know like a
And
lot of
what's your
people don't really like
ethnicity?
that
I'm just
guy,
curious.
but
There they go. Where you from?
It's not like we're freaking summoning Harriet Tubman every Juneteenth. Like we're not summoning Harriet Tubman's spirit. We're not like calling upon the ghosts of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. We're like literally popping pussy in front of like.
Woo! She don't follow me. There's somebody trolling them. I like it.
I genuinely, I wish that we could have that like respect for our ancestors every Juneteenth.
So what's your ethnicity? I'm just curious. Are you Black American?
No problem. No problem. I am so on my paternal side I'm Jamaican, and on my mother's side I am foundational Black American and Native American. So I actually have both Tether and FBA blood in my system.
So first off, I would say again, if I am actually summoning and remembering my ancestors at these events. That's what it's for. I'm sorry if everybody wants to equate ass shaking and doing whatever, but respectfully, how we celebrate is how we celebrate as a community. I think that's up for us to police that, what's going on. If you want to go and partake, like you said, half of you can do that. Right? Half of you can also have that opinion. But I think that's the problem. I don't know what's going on in my community because for the last 20 years, things have been commercialized. I haven't had the right nor the autonomy to actually govern these things and or gatekeep the
then when I
festivities,
ask
right?
them what
I got
would be
I
their
got to worry
rules, they
about
don't have
people.
one.
You know, maybe you want to go for the ass shaking part because you a freak, because you freaked the fuck out, because you was part of that freak generation, which been in the last 20, 30 years, right? Maybe you do have some you know, people like you, that your parents that are half that was fucking on that shit, and so they got an affinity for it and they feel like they got to defend it. But defending it all and all right is right, it's still not y'all's people's place to police these things or say, oh, what's because I mean we all have degeneracy in our cultures. It's a fact. It's all can be some because I could say the same thing about the Caribbean Day parades that's in New York, right? All I see is a bunch of, if I want to get freaked the fuck out or catch an STD, it feels like I should go to one of those parades. They look nasty, grimy, sweaty, and it's freaked the fuck out. But hey, if that's you, join in. I'm pretty sure there are shootings at these parades. But again, because we're Black in America, right? We don't know who's shooting.
Fair, I don't really hear Jamaican niggas out there like shooting because they probably like. I mean, they probably don't want to get deported.
Now, girl, now stop. Now stop. We ain't gonna do that.
No.
Because again, how do we know they're Jamaican? And that's to my point, the last point I was making. How do I know that these people are of my lineage? Because we all just Black, right? We all got the same melanation. So anybody, whether they be of Afro Latino, they could probably be a Somali or something. They at these events and they're taking over. Now they just Black, and I get hit with it.
She said Native American. I wanted to know if he's a member of your tribe, federally or.
I can't approve anybody, by the way, y'all.
So I wanted to address what you said about, like, you keep saying y'all's, but I did tell you that I am half FBA. In fact, I was born.
I said half of you. I corrected it. I said half of you and half. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be honest. Looking at the statistics, there's not a lot of Caribbeans that cause a lot of cause as much.
And now, is that your opinion, or do you have stats to back that up? Do you have some disaggregation of numbers?
Now, hold on.
No. Do she have disaggregated numbers and facts that can give you, or is that your just opinion?
Has she checked the crime in damn Jamaica?
No, stop. I want to stay right
rolling
here.
up a blunt, so I can't really check.
And that's what I mean. Wait, folks, please. That's what I mean, right? Is it your opinion, or can you back it up with facts that tell me, hey, we've disaggregated data, and I can tell you exactly what in America, what Black is actually doing and perpetrating this crime and this ass shaking? Do you have those numbers? Because then it's just going to be opinion based, just like a lot of people's opinions have been given on this stage with, well, this is your culture and this is what you do. It's just ass shaking it. Or where are you supposed, and that comes off a little disrespectful while I land here. Are you supposed to be summoning your answer? You goddamn right. Because those are the people who help us get free. That's what Juneteenth is about. The last people in Texas finding out, hey, you're free now. You don't got to do this shit anymore. So I think you would be summoning. And no matter that was actually to the topic, Harriet Tubman for freeing the slaves. Right.
Okay. Sorry. So okay, I kind of want to get back to the main thing because I don't want to take anyone else's time. Only reason I'm gonna say this. I don't appreciate
I use paper
or whatever
to buy this ticket. I'm paying it off over time.
Today. So I don't really agree with Juvert being meshed in with Juneteenth. I would have had only reason I don't have too much of a problem with it is because it's not on June the 19th. I can see, I can understand if, there being more of a controversy if it was celebrated on June the 19th. Or if it was if they were, how can I say this? I don't know. I don't feel like it's that big of a deal to say that Caribbeans and Africans are shaking their asses and oh, we're disrespecting the tradition.
So why was it a bad idea if Black people want to shake their ass at the event? Because I mean, you made it sound like it was just the most terrible thing that when you first started that, it was terrible. Black people ain't doing nothing but shooting each other and shaking their ass.
So I didn't say that. I'm just saying
yeah, you did.
Saying that Caribbeans and Africans are bringing degeneracy to Juneteenth.
I didn't say
when
that.
American niggas are literally out there shooting each other.
But that's our prerogative. They at home.
I can't even go and celebrate my own culture because I don't want a bullet in my asshole. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think June. I think what Tommy was saying earlier was Juneteenth is not we're just gathered around this fire and we're just summoning Harriet Tubman's spirit to thank her, and we're giving.
That's to our point. That's to my point, right? This has come up within the last 3 to 4 years, right? And we know why most Black Americans, if you're in the South, right? You kind of know you've been celebrating. You had events that's been going on better part in small cities for the last 20 years. My city just actually recognized it, right? Even put fireworks and a show on. So if I'm bringing this to the masses and to the conscience of America right now, for Black Americans and telling you what this holiday is, it's going to be hard for me to paint this narrative and give what it's really for. If now I got other people, right, with their own opinions, nothing based in facts, just their opinions. Oh, this is what it's supposed to mean. Then I got people that just appearing Black, right? I'm delineating and trying to gatekeep, just appearing Black. Now they're jumping in this conversation. This is a fairly new let's say to the masses, it's a fairly new holiday, right? Within the last 2-3 years since Biden has made it a federal holiday. Now I'm trying to tell you what it's for, who it's for, these people it's for, and I should be celebrating those ancestors, right? I don't want a bunch of ass shaking. I don't want this to turn into some other part of the culture or new freaknik that is desecrating.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Now you can have your after parties and all, but on MLK Day, most MLK Day parades, especially when I'm here, there's bullshit that goes on in the evening. But in the morning, there's a family day parade. You're marching. There's churches. There's activist group out there actually giving you a message. There's going to be a little concert, and most of the time, people are preaching. Right? I don't need this holiday to turn into some ass shaking ass event because I don't have control of the narrative.
Great. Yeah. No, I agree. And I definitely believe that it should be the Africans and Caribbeans should respect foundational
Check your request grid. I can't approve.
On that side too. I don't think that anybody should come in and infiltrate someone else's culture and degenerize, I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I mean, just make it completely ratchet and bring their trash into another person's culture. So I definitely do agree with you there. I would like to see more
ass shaking
Juneteenth parades that aren't like, or Juneteenth events that aren't degenerate. I would like to see that be more popular, because I think the reason that I'm saying what I'm saying,
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Because in New York City at Labor Day parade, there's shooting every year. There's deaths every year.
No.
What is degenerate about Juneteenth celebrations?
No,
and are those where that crime may take place? Is that literally happening at an actual Juneteenth event, or are they outsiders and it's just labeled by the media? Because that's what tends to happen. Now, you also stated that you were Jamaican, and are you aware that Jamaica has one of the highest crime rates in the world?
Oh yeah, no, I do not deny that.
So why are you going to why are you here casting judgment on Black Americans in America and not reflecting on the extremely high crime rate from the island of Jamaica, and not just Jamaica, across the Caribbean? Those are some of the most dangerous countries in the world, island to island.
I wouldn't step foot in Jamaica alone. I would literally have like my 3 bodyguards with me at all times. So I'm not saying that Jamaica is this paradise, and I'm not on this space to like.
We know Jamaica's not a paradise because there are more Jamaicans that live outside of Jamaica than in Jamaica. We know that. Give us next case.
So what I'm trying to say is, I'm just responding to the subject of the space. So the reason I said what I'm saying, the reason I have my case right now is because you said that you guys are implying that we're ruining Juneteenth, or that I guess my Caribbean side of people, that's why I'm saying we, but Jamaicans and them are ruining Juneteenth. But as if like Black Americans don't have a foot in that ruining of Juneteenth. Because
so I don't know who said that. That's not what anyone has said. What we said is respect our Black American culture. So being that you're bi-ethnic, then you should be aware, if you were raised by your Black American parent, of Black American cultural traditions. What we have is a first-generation Caribbean American promoting an event and labeling it as Juneteenth Juve, and recorded a video, and none of that culture that is present, and I don't have an issue with the individual culture, but none of that has anything to do, and it's not a celebration that a Black American would really participate in to celebrate our Emancipation Day.
Okay, correct.
And if there's degeneracy being brought into Juneteenth, well, a lot of people would classify the Juve celebrations as degenerate. Now, I don't, but a lot of people would, because the only thing that was advertised in that video was dry humping.
Correct. Okay. So,
ma'am.
Okay. So.
And you have 30 seconds. We have several hands.
Okay. Yeah. No. So that was just the point. I honestly think all Black culture, like not all Black culture, but there's a lot of degeneracy in our culture, like to heal from that spiritually.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay. Girl 999. You can go. We're not entertaining this anymore. We're not entertaining this anymore.
Yes, the fuck we are. I want to get back to Tommy.
Support BTS.
I'm glad.
Let Nicole have her, please.
Let Nicole.
I don't know what's going on.
We'll circle back. Let Nicole chill. She just gotta chill for a minute.
This Jamaican lady said that Black Americans are degenerate. That if Juneteenth is degenerate,
I don't even know. Did you see how they dance?
So wait. So again, she was actually piggybacking off of Tommy, right? And the reason why, and she agreed with them, and then she put her own opinions on it, right? Because she's what Tommy was saying had a smidgen of truth in some aspects, but it spoke to this young lady. It spoke to her heart.
Okay, because
and she came up here and she got it off her heart.
He a coon, that's right.
And hold on, baby. Hold on.
I am not a coon. My favorite color is black. Bitch asshole. If you say that we degenerate, that's degenerate, bitch. That's horrific.
Okay, my favorite K-pop.
Why show you degenerate by being on Tommy? I'm gonna get to Tommy, then 999, then Deborah.
I This Jamaican American just said that our celebration are
We gonna
degenerate.
circle back around. We gonna circle
Let
back
me
around.
tell you something. You can't
Maybe it's
listen.
me, and I want to
The
be able to get
crime rate
second
in
in.
Jamaica is the crime rate in Jamaica is significantly higher than any Black American majority city in the world. So if you want to worry about crime, bitch, you need to worry about the crime over there, ho. That's what you need to worry about, bitch. Go cut you up some jerk
Listen, y'all FBAs are
and
already
some
too
Corey
aggressive.
Gold,
I'm
bitch,
trying to calm
before
y'all
you come
down.
in here and talk
Y'all
about
gonna
us.
scare off. Y'all gonna scare off.
Honey, Juneteenth
Listen.
celebrates
Damn, I can't mute you. I
June.
forgot.
Exactly.
The
This is my
Caribbeans,
safe
the
bitch.
Caribbeans
Juneteenth
are not gonna want to
celebrates
come up and talk and speak.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Black
they let this man
American
call this black woman
Emancipation
all
Day.
kinds of bitches.
Okay, ho.
Damn.
So I love Black people. I love all the Black people.
You have. So you said, because I got some actions that said, they said you said you just changed that up on us. You ain't, they said both your opinions.
Okay, what's up with you? Okay, so Tommy told about a year ago, and then after Tommy is the Yoda, and which is I'm sorry, it's Tommy, then Pretty Poison, and then the Yoda, new speaker.
And then 999, my bad, my white American brother.
Y'all, my mic might be messing up. If it is, I'm gonna drop down and come back. Is it messing up?
Oh, my ear was good, y'all. So y'all, we gotta let new speakers come in. I know, we're gonna get to you. Tommy, you need to drop the ball. It's gonna be hard to get back up, but we'll let. Okay,
I want to be quick because I have some
Just don't
more
approve
time.
anybody, and when he
More
get back in
time.
the
I am American. I'm not a fucking immigrant. I'm American. Here at Brooklyn Academy of Music, and the kids are upset because they're not getting any Martin Luther King information. They got all of these dried up, disgusting ass politicians coming in, and they're not saying anything about King. And then I've seen people get up and try to sing the Black American national anthem, and they don't even know the damn words. So and I know if Martin Luther King was alive, he wouldn't have no problem with me going to decide the code of damn platform for the day. In fact, he probably would like the fact that I'm coding the platform for the day. So for you to sit up and disrespect me and say that I'm not American because I'm telling you the history of Juve, and I'm linking the history of slavery to Juve, to the respect of the history of Juneteenth. And that's how, if you wanted to celebrate both of them at the same time, as long as you're respecting the history of the ancestors of both cultures, then I don't have a problem with that. So I want to make sure that's clear in your mind. And then the second thing I want to say is the degeneracy is coming from the later populations, because to me, twerking is the same thing as what you see on the Parkway, but it's actually a little nastier. And I see a lot of Americans twerking. I actually, I do a lot of different things. I'm a photographer as well, and I went and shot a Sweet 16 party at a Catholic, the young Catholic girls party, and it's like the Caribbean DJ came in, and the kids just started twerking, and we didn't even know what the hell it was.
Lord,
and so then the parents were like, "What the hell is that?" And the kids all knew. And then the little girl who was the star of the party.
That's not twerking. Don't call it that.
What do you call it?
I forgot. I don't know. It's some Jamaican stuff.
You said the DJ was Caribbean, so were they whining or twerking?
Yeah, whining.
No, the whining is different. I know the difference between whining and twerking. It was twerking. It's where
But we don't twerk on no Jamaican beat.
But I'm just saying.
Oh my
okay,
God!
I got you.
With us. I got you. But I'm just
Jamaicans
saying, no disrespect.
Don't call it motherfucking twerking.
No disrespect. I just want to say the parents and I, and I know a young lady, and we're African American here, but we dance in all cultures. And the young African American teacher,
we Black American.
Black American. Okay, it's everybody. Black American. She's saying that, and I think so too. What's happening is the ancestors are traveling through these kids, and that's why we see the twerking or whatever when the body shakes.
No,
when the body shakes, you know, like I'm not going to get into arguing with anybody on.
You was telling you this twerking. Twerking is not associated with.
She telling y'all what she's saying is that part in Sinners, where he was at that juke joint, and then you seen all the young kids from the 2000s.
That's all New Orleans.
And they was, when you seen all the young kids from the 2000s, and they was Kugler when they got it, when they was like wop, 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 wop. And then they had y'all West African ancestors and all the people in there. I ain't like that, the African part he threw in there. But in the juke joint, yeah, that's what she's trying to say. You it came from your soul, your soul, your spirit.
Nope, that's not right. Nope, that was our ancestors back there. Nope.
Okay, Deborah, are you finished, honey? Thank you for coming.
Twerking. Fuck
to
that.
clear. Deborah, are you finished? Nicole, we're not.
I want to say one other thing about the Catholics, because it's the Protestant religion, and Catholics are part of Protestant religion. So when the young man said that, you know, the enslavement by Catholics, you know, Trinidadian was actually enslaved by Britain, Spain, and France. So look into the history before you guys start.
But not America.
No, it wasn't done in America, but Catholics enslaved in America. Catholics had a lot to do with slavery in America.
All right, okay.
That's all. Okay, I'm bye because I gotta go. Bye. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Deborah. I followed you back, honey. Okay, please let me drop you down so we can get some more speakers. Okay, Tommy, is Tommy back? So it's Tommy Sotomayor, De Yoda, and then 999, and then we'll start over.
I just want to say that was a sad display. You got these tethers who are able to just carry themselves like ladies and normal people in the discussion. Then you had this one woman who was a FBA, and all she was saying was, I have an understanding of these other things. You know what y'all were asking for? Other people to do the exact same thing about your culture. But because she knew about other people's culture, y'all took away her being an FBA. That makes no sense. A person who would understand the FBA stuff would be just like her. They would know your culture. They would respect it. And if they heard someone disrespect it, they'd be able to say, no, that's not true. This is what Juneteenth is. Now imagine if somebody came up to them, you just a monkey, what a nigger, that's what you are, just because they knew what your culture was. That's insane. Again, what this woman was saying, anybody with any common sense would say, the culture today is degenerate. Y'all talked about what it was you did in the past. You know what you also did in the past? You had your kids in wedlock. So while you worried about somebody not respecting the Juneteenth, y'all ain't saying nothing about the kids that are born out of wedlock. And when you talk about respecting what Black Americans did, Black Americans were not fond of homosexuality. They never were. This was not a thing we practiced. So that's disrespecting your past Black Americans. And finally, when you look at what's going on with this thing called Memorial Day, I guarantee you, if you ask anybody in the military, that taking your black ass to making it bike weekend or taking your black ass to Miami to twerk and dance, that's insane. And then that woman said, Black people don't twerk to Caribbean music. That is a lie. Black women twerk to so much stuff. They twerk on top of moving vehicles. They'll twerk to anything.
That's not fucking twerking.
Okay,
and you're a coon ass bitch. And then and what you raised, was you a bastard? You ugly motherfucker. You're
have you looked at your photo, ma'am?
Bitch ass nigga. Nigga, you sound like you eat a fucking white man ass. You fucking degenerate, ugly bitch ass nigga.
This is proof what I said about this.
Bitch.
Listen to this beautiful
and now
Black queen.
twerk, bitch. They think they fucking ass. Twerking up in New Orleans.
Queen.
Okay, Nicole, we're trying to foster a conversation here.
You bitch ass nigga. Fuck you.
So
and your mama, you bitch. You ugly ass bitch ass nigga.
So what I would say,
ugly ass nigga too. By the way,
let me respond, if I could. So tell me what I would say is a lot of Black gay men were instrumental in the civil rights movement. They just had a little decorum. right? They knew it was a time and a place. They didn't really lead with sexuality, right? They
like
knew
they
they were
doing
gay,
now?
that they were in love with men, but they also just say, hey, I'm black, I'm fighting for the upliftment. The other thing you gave was kind of like a false equivalency. And I would say from Memorial Day, that's what those patriots fought for, right? And we do actually salute our black people. Hold on, wait. We do submit our black people who fought for us in that on that day, right? And from our family members and all, and salute them. But it also is they fought for the freedom for us too, right? Participate in our America, right? To celebrate how we want to celebrate in America. And again, and some may deem it as again degenerate how you dance and stuff, but you know it's catching on, right? It caught on to where what one deemed explicit, I mean, that's what people celebrate or enjoy.
No, it's traditional.
Right? So
everything that's Black American gotta be fucking, something else. When them fucking nasty, funky ass African bitches shake ass, y'all don't fucking talk about that. But then we come up with our fucking Black American twerking, everybody do it. No, everybody fucking don't. Them nasty ass Jamaicans do that grinding, fucking winding shit. Stop putting twerking on every fucking nasty bitch that shake her fucking ass.
What about that glue y'all put in y'all hair? Where that come from? What's the tradition
what about
of that?
your bald head?
Well, how
yeah.
Jamaican
Where the fuck that you
when we have a higher marriage?
What about that glue you got in your head? Look,
with a funky ass you section with your bald head ass.
You look like a character from Star Wars. Go ahead, do it. Go.
You look like a moose. You moose face goose.
Ugly people always got the nerve to call somebody
ugly ass nigga, bitch.
You look
like your ugly ass mama.
You look like me in a wig. Ma'am, you look like me in a wig.
Fuck this ugly ass nigga. This bitch ass nigga is a cool ass nigga, and he don't know shit.
You look like me in a wig.
Bitch ass nigga.
You still look like me. You look like me in a wig. You still look like me in a wig. There's nobody. You need us one beauty contest you won. Ma'am, show us one beauty contest you won. Show us a picture of you on one VIP boat. I want to just see you on one VIP area. I'd like to see one person that sent you a bottle of Don Perignon. No matter how much you yell, the mirror tells you the truth. No matter how much you yell, the mirror tells you the truth. She yells so much because her face so ugly. God, dog.
Fuck this coon ass bitch.
I'm a coon, but the mirror tells you what you are every day.
You gonna talk, baby?
The mirror tells you what you are every day, young lady.
I'm not. This bitch ass nigga don't deserve no respect. Y'all crazy?
I don't have respect for nobody that put wood glue on their scalp.
That's how you talk to a bitch ass coon ass nigga.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but when your hair routine, means you gotta go to Home Depot. You gotta go to Home Depot to get your hair done.
That's where you get it from. You
gotta go to Home Depot to get your hair done. That is messed up. It is a wood shop class to do your hair. That is crazy.
Okay.
Bitch, you don't got no hair to do.
Okay, Nicole, let's get back on track. Nicole, let's get back on track. And Tommy, please.
I didn't do anything
you don't
wrong.
Want me to have to run. You don't want me to have to run you down. You blocked me from your spaces, so you should be happy that you're here.
Wait a minute. What did I do wrong? How are you gonna run me down? Just yell at me like she doing? Y'all are such incredible.
I ran you down from an intellectual.
No, wait a minute. Why did you just say I didn't want to be run down when I'm responding to this woman? You didn't run her down.
It's the Yoda King's turn.
I think you should give Tommy a little chance to respond.
Exactly.
Give him some time.
For what? You just said he was ugly at the movie.
That was.
Don't need no fucking open flow.
Wait, that was.
I want.
Nicole, please.
Let's move on.
Baby, just let him. Baby, baby.
What the fuck you need the flow
for? But Tommy, it do look like you've been eating good. I just wanted to comment. It do like you've been eating good over there in Atlanta. Tommy, I'm gonna be in Atlanta in a few weeks for the Beyonce concert.
Come on now, baby. Don't do that.
Do you want to invite me over so we can do an interview?
Wait. You talking to me?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be in Atlanta to see what's for the Beyonce concert.
As soon as you came,
So I want to come over and do an interview.
You know, as soon as you came to my house, they'd been saying that we fuck, or you go tell them that we fuck. And I ain't nothing. Nope.
You interviewed T.S. Madison. You can't interview me.
I did it.
I hope you talking about the interview that Rinky ass me.
When I interviewed T.S. Madison, and T.S. Madison and I used to enjoy each other, have a good time interviewing. Niggas swore up and down, they fucking. So I said I won't do that no more, because niggas who gay, like your homeboy that one that said black guy, if being gay is not wrong, how come he keep on trying to intimate that I'm gay and swearing up and down I've been with men? And that would make no sense.
I told y'all gotta stop weaponizing that. I be telling y'all.
Tommy, you said if 12 o'clock a man gonna want to sleep with another man at midnight. That's what you said on one of your streams.
You're making shit up. You just make things up, and
okay. So the context was
being gay was natural.
If they down bed,
you thought, sir,
like basically
being gay was natural. If you thought being gay was natural, you could not insult somebody by calling them that. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, anyway, let's get back to the hand.
No,
Michael,
because you know,
don't you come up here with that.
That doesn't.
Come up here with what?
That makes no sense either. How do you know I'm offended by it?
We don't want Tommy to be gay. Tommy to be a hard.
It doesn't make sense that y'all
guys. Hold on, guys. We got to get back to the conversation.
I know they was just having one. Y'all won't shut up. What happened?
I'm trying to say to him.
Lauren said something. Did Tommy said something?
Re-ups. I'm gonna tell you exactly what he just said, and this is how simple it is. He said, "We say that to you because we know you're offended. If you don't know me, it is a ridiculous thing to do. That is the same lie that the FBAs were saying. Oh, we only call you crispy because we knew it bothered you. That don't make sense.
No, sir. No, what you fucking said is that they must feel the same way. If it's an insult, they must know it's wrong. No, sir, it's an insult because you are offended by it. You're not as smart as you try to seem.
So wait a minute. So you would call a white person black because you know they're offended by it?
If they're going to get
no, you wouldn't. Would you call a poor person rich because you thought they'd be offended by it?
No, sir. No,
that's what I'm saying. What you're saying doesn't make sense.
Sir,
you would only call them something you think it, like when that woman called me ugly.
Tommy.
When that woman called me ugly, did she know that would offend me?
I'm sure she did. That's why she
that makes zero sense.
But you, sir, like to tell other men about the size of your penis. That's pretty gay. That's
sir, no. Those other men like to tell me about her OnlyFans page, sir. Don't bring it up.
And then you did it.
Don't bring it, sir. If I told you about your address,
you said I got a big old dick.
Yes,
you said that to a gay
because
man.
you brought it up.
Tommy.
Why would you bring up the place where my dick is and then get mad if that came up? That makes no sense.
You wanted me to know about your.
No, you wanted me to know you had seen. You said I've seen your OnlyFans. Y'all, this man said I seen your OnlyFans. Did you not say that, Wartime?
So I think it was no. I think it was. What I think happened was. What I think happened was. He said you had an OnlyFans. Wait. He said wait. He said you had an OnlyFans.
I said yes, and I said, how do you know I have one?
And you threw it back.
No, I said, but I asked him. I said, how do you know I have one? He's replied, it's recorded. It's on my show. I've seen it.
Tommy, I was trying to find your OnlyFans link because I have a $45 monthly budget. Why is it $40? You're not about to get my whole budget. I have $45 a month budget. I'm not paying the $40, so you're gonna have to send me a free subscription.
Hold on, Tia.
Listen, this type of dick ain't cheap. This type of dick is not cheap.
$40 in this economy
is expensive.
That nigga said $40.
Nah, Tom.
$40.
Y'all paying his child support.
That's right. I make sure my kids eat.
Fuck out of here with that.
Go fix your mic.
Tommy, you are the one that brags about your OnlyFans.
No, you brought that up. I didn't
listen, yo. We don't want to hear that shit.
I did not come to his space to talk about that. They love to try and say I owe child support. Everything they will throw at you about you trying to be personal. When I came to talk on that topic, I didn't bring up shit else.
Listen, you're trying to overtalk me because I'm going to make you look like a fool.
No, I'm not.
You have to promote your OnlyFans, right? That's why people know you have one.
No, I don't promote it.
You're a whore. Because yes, you do.
No, I don't. You brought it up in the show, bro. You literally brought it up.
You were on my stage. No, you were on my stage.
Do you bring up everybody else's personal life when they on your stage?
Is it personal or is it public? Which one is it?
It's not public because you haven't seen it. You said you haven't seen it, so it's not public.
No, when you
do you see it on my page? Do you see it on my Do you see it on my Twitter page?
Tommy,
do you see it on my website?
I'm about to expose you.
Go ahead. I've already exposed myself. I got OnlyFans page. Remember?
Yes, because you promote your OnlyFans.
Did I promote it to you?
The reason why people know you.
Did I promote it to you?
The only reason why people know that you have one. You promote it publicly.
So how come nobody can tell you what they seen?
And then it's recorded. And then when I called you a
because it's $40
and the whore.
So you FBAs are broke.
You volunteered to me about the size of your dick. I said, sir, look at you. Why would anybody want to look at you on porn?
Wait a minute. I just told you why. Wait a minute. Listen to what you said. If you say to a person, nobody wants you because of... See, now, okay, now I've listened to everything you said.
Why would I look at you, sir?
Okay, I'm trying to answer it. Or you not? Now you said trying to overtalk somebody. You just said what overtalking somebody meant. Now you're going to do it to me? He asked me questions and don't want the answer to it.
Let him respond. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I'll tell y'all what happened.
Hold on a second. We have 3 seconds. 3 seconds. I need to give you some sense, sir. And you're gonna have to be educated. Why would I, a good-looking black gay man with access to X and Twitter and Pornhub, look for somebody that looks like you on any of those things? I like good-looking people with muscles. Be realistic. You're old. You're 50.
Okay.
And you're
y'all see what I'm saying?
And now he gonna feel like he got to respond.
No.
Hold on,
it's weird that he wants to keep
I'm
doing
gonna tell you
this.
how. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Co-host
Right?
is saying this
so what
is
happened
wild.
was, hold on, because I was trying to get in. What happened was, you called him a whore. It went to him. You called him a whore and stuff because of the OnlyFans, right? And you mentioned he had an OnlyFans, which then he responded about his member, right, and comparing it. That's how that went. And from there, so
I didn't care about his.
Wait a minute. Again, listen to what he just said.
Apparently.
Okay, again, you get to speak.
But I think it's fair. I think it's fair if somebody would say, "Hey, if I was an OnlyFans member, right, and somebody mentions my OnlyFans, I would say, shit, did you see it?"
Thank you.
I think that's a legitimate comeback.
No,
Thank you.
You wouldn't do that.
No,
you're trying to diss that person for that thing that you know about.
I know he did it. I know he didn't say, "Did you see it?" I was just summing it up.
No, because he said he saw it.
Hold on.
I've been very quiet and I've been very good. It's getting pretty gay in here, so we change the topic.
He won't stop.
I mean,
what do you mean it's getting gay? The gay man makes it gay. He can't stop himself. Listen to him. He's so excited about talking about my dick. He can't stop.
In a
the host
second.
is trans and I'm gay. So listen here, sir. I
See,
said
he
you
can't
said
stop.
it on YouTube, and when you said it on YouTube, that's how I know you have an OnlyFans. Then
But
you
I
told
don't.
us and me about your dick.
But I don't.
That's gay. I don't want to know about your dick, sir.
So why would you bring it?
Gay man.
Please let me respond to him, Rio, because he just keeps
All right.
talking.
Lawrence let him respond.
This is insane that
Okay,
he won't
like
stop
we
talking.
got like 2 minutes of this, and then let's get back on subject.
Yeah, and then Lawrence let him
I
respond.
think that $40 for OnlyFans is crazy.
Shit,
in
I
the
charge
Trump
$40
economy.
and these hoes will play it.
Anyway,
if I
we're
started
gonna-
on OnlyFans, I
you know
charge
what?
$40
We're
and
done
they'll
with this
pay.
conversation. The Yoda, you can go.
Y'all give me a heart, females, if y'all will pay for me. Baby, you would pay $40 if I started OnlyFans.
Okay,
I didn't know the host was trans. I stick with what I said. The
I don't see
conversation
any
was
hearts.
getting gay
Yeah.
because y'all kept talking about each other's
Just wait for the
penises.
delay. I see a couple
except
now.
but
It's a
I've been
delay.
very quiet and been very patient, but the conversation has been gay. So, Juneteenth, Junebird. All right. So, I don't care what anybody else got to say. If you're not FBA, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Y'all are very disrespectful. I want y'all to go home. Y'all been up on this stage for how long I've been on the stage for saying y'all was not going home. I get it. We made it so comfortable for y'all to be here, for y'all to tell us y'all never going home, for y'all to keep disrespectful to being disrespectful to us. I get it. Tommy, you're a Panamanian. Speak to yourself about Panama and stop trying to interject yourself into my ethnicity.
Thank you for correcting
You're
that.
never going to be Black American. I don't care how long you speak about it. I don't care if you're in America, because Riyadh's entire point for everybody who didn't catch it was y'all are all in America. Y'all are all pretending to be
crazy.
Shit,
in
I
the
charge
Trump
$40
economy.
and these hoes will pay it. I will hold you.
Anyway,
If I
we're
started
gonna.
an OnlyFans, I
You know
charge
what? Wait,
$40
we're
and
done
they'll
with this
pay.
conversation. The Yoda, you can go.
Y'all give me a heart, females, if y'all will pay for me. Baby, you will pay $40 if I start an OnlyFans.
Okay.
I did know the hearts was trans. I stick with what I said. The
I don't see
conversation
any hearts.
was gay because y'all kept talking about each other's
just wait for the
penises.
delay. I see a couple now.
But
It's a
I've been
delay.
very quiet and been very patient, but the conversation has been gay. So Juneteenth, Junebird. All right. So I don't care what anybody else got to say. If you're not FBA, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. Y'all are very disrespectful. I want y'all to go home. Y'all been up on this stage for how long I've been on the stage for saying y'all was not going home. I get it. We made it so comfortable for y'all to be here, for y'all to tell us y'all never going home, for y'all to keep disrespectful to being disrespectful to us. I get it. Tommy, you're a Panamanian. Speak to yourself about Panama and stop trying to interject yourself into my ethnicity.
Thank you for correcting
You're
that.
never going to be Black American. I don't care how long you speak about it. I don't care if you're in America, because Riyadh's entire point for everybody who didn't catch it was y'all are all in America. Y'all are all pretending to be us. Leave us the fuck alone. That's the entire
he said that
point
lead with some
was trying to
energy
make.
too.
So I'm tired. I refuse. I think this entire space has, at least for when I've been up here, has been an entire joke. Because the simple matter reason is I got other people who are bi-ethnicizing my fucking community telling us that the reason why they don't go to Juneteenth is
What's
because
that word you
they
say,
don't want to get
bi-ethnicizing,
shot.
brother? You said
Meanwhile, they're
bi-ethnicizing?
Jamaican. They're Jamaican telling us they don't want to get shot at Juneteenth, but I don't get it. So, have y'all been very disrespectful? Yes, y'all have. I want y'all to go home because I'm so sick and tired of y'all. Y'all keep talking about the degeneracy in the Black American community, but refuse to address the degeneracy in y'all own fucking communities. Shut the fuck up about my fucking community. Leave us the fuck alone. My fucking community. Leave us the fuck alone. I'm so sick of I'm so sorry, BF. I'm so sorry, Giselle. But I'm so sick and tired of these people. And Nicole, ma'am, please continue to do you, because Tommy is not a fucking coon. He is not even one of us, let alone to be classified as a coon. So y'all want to get mad at Nicole? No, Nicole is tired of y'all too. I'm tired of y'all. We are tired of y'all. I'm so sick of y'all. Like, I'm sick of y'all. Shut the fuck up, whoever is talking. I'm so sick of y'all. I didn't shut the fuck up.
He ain't mean it, Lord.
Shut the fuck up. It's not my, I have not yielded the mic.
He waited.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I have not yielded the mic.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry to the host and to the co-host. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. But I'm so sick and tired of these people. I'm so sick and tired of everybody keep trying to fucking act like they're not disrespecting us while living amongst us. Y'all are never going home. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You want to be me. What I am is what y'all choose to be. Y'all. Nobody wants to be a fag, man. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch ass nigga. I am naturally born a Black American. So when I hear people constantly vacate to try to bi-ethnic their way into my community, it's get tiring. Like I constantly have these conversations. I had this conversation with Giselle one time, and I had this conversation with Rhea. Why do they have so many gay people? Fucking host and co-host is. The conversation just got gay. So now I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I don't want to hear from any other ethnicity. I wish that they allowed only Black Americans in the space, but this isn't my space, so I can't speak on what the host and co-hosts are doing. So I just wish they would not have allowed any of y'all. Honestly, I'm mad at my ancestors for fighting for every last one of y'all. I'm so sick. I'm mad at my own ancestors for fighting for all of y'all. Because Tommy, you wouldn't be in America if it wasn't for me. Wartime, I don't know if you Black American. Princessa, you a white ethnic, so
Bitch,
shut
you
the
didn't
fuck
fight
up.
nobody. Shut the
99,
fuck
I
up.
don't
He
know if
might
you
not
Black
got that
American,
mouth
so I
before
can't speak
you
on
learn
you.
a lesson.
Rashad,
Hey,
you're not Black. Rashad Ford, you're not Black
No.
American.
Keep
I
your
already
name.
Yeah,
tell.
wartime is a
Black
tenor.
Dahlia, you're not
So
Black
keep
American. I
wartime
Wartime is a
already
name
tell.
out
tenor.
your mouth. Not really, but
Nicole,
keep
please do you and
wartime name
please
out your
If
mouth.
thank
someone
you for
convicts you
standing
Black
up for Black
American,
Americans. With
Tony
that,
Rich,
I
Okay.
will
you
stop
were
land.
born and
talking.
raised
I
All
in
right.
don't
America,
hear
Appreciate that,
from
Tony
brother.
Rich,
nobody
don't
else.
mention my
Yeah,
name
I
in
you
your
will
gonna fight
mouth.
land
your
with
fat
what I
ass
got
flag.
to say.
This is
Okay.
You know
wild.
who that
Appreciate
is.
that.
Can you mute up?
No.
Appreciate that, brother.
Okay,
Appreciate that,
Yeah,
brother.
can
no.
you see who that is?
Listen,
Can you?
okay, so that was
William,
the Yoda. Wait.
please,
That was the
I'm
Yoda.
speaking. I'm
enough with the
speaking.
crap.
It's my space. Y'all, please let him finish. The Yoda is speaking, and then y'all can go after him. My God, today. The Yoda, one thing though is
I'll make a
we
punk out of you, bitch. Keep my name out your mouth.
I don't care. That's what I mean. Like, you were so upset because I
Shut the
said
fuck
you
up talking to
gay.
me.
He
I'm
said
telling
he
you
will
your
make you
ignorant
a
language.
punk. This
I'm
man is
telling
talking
you
about
your
Like,
taking
ignorant
hey,
language,
ass.
you
okay, we
dumb
get it.
bitch.
You
The
You the
gay,
Yoda.
dumbest nigga
yeah.
The
on the
Yoda.
stage. You
We
can't
get
even
it. You
enunciate my
gay,
The
words
Yoda.
well.
yeah.
Watch your fucking
Lawrence is
mouth,
a
Like,
you
black
dummy.
damn.
American.
You don't even speak well, dummy.
Like, I
You can't
don't
even
care
understand
if
what
I
the
don't
fuck you
speak
saying.
well, bro.
The Yoda. Lawrence is a black American. Damn, something just flew at me. Damn, that was a mosquito hit me like that. Lawrence is a black American. The Yoda.
Re-ups.
All right.
Remember I was up here
Come on.
earlier? Way earlier.
We'll
And
get
hold
to
I
up,
you,
said,
sir.
this
We'll
ain't
get
how
to
we
you,
answer
Eastwood.
black
Sir,
I
African,
got you,
bro.
Eastwood. We'll get to you. Just hold on. Don't
sir,
just raise your
put
hand.
your hands
Because
up.
they feel
Just
Like,
that
hold
I
Y'all
on.
want a
said
listen.
because
break,
what
man?
I
I ain't got
said.
all day to listen to
I
faggots.
got you,
I
the
don't
Yoda.
care what you
Okay,
Got
got
you.
to
yeah.
say. I don't care if
Well,
you
now
black
you're not going to get to
American.
speak it out. You're out of
You
here,
gay,
bitch.
bro.
Now,
Like,
Shouldn't
you're
have
no,
said
my
the
it's
F
no
sir.
word.
offense against you, but it's just
Yeah.
what you is, bro.
It's not bit re-ups, babe.
Now you're out of here. Exactly. Look who's the host. Ribs is not the host. I'm the host. You're not going to come up here and disrespect me in my own room.
On.
Okay? Now you're
Not on
God.
Pride Month.
All right.
Okay?
So let's get to who was next.
I was next. I should be
And
able to
that's on Master
respond.
P.
Okay,
Johnson.
yes. Go ahead and respond, Tommy, and then we'll get it reorder in hands.
Thank you. It'll be really quick. Again, the whole idea is when I come to a space, if they talking about baseball and I get up on the space and they let me talk about baseball, if somebody jump in and be like, nah, fuck this nigga. He got an OnlyFans and he'll take care of his kids. You can't then get mad if I respond to what you just said because that ain't what I was talking about. You can't tell me I'm advertising shit because I'm not advertising it here and I'm not advertising it to you. And again, you got these people saying this stuff when he said, I'm sick of these tethers and what they doing to us. First off, I asked a simple question of, do y'all have anything written down that y'all supposed to be doing? Second off, when you say y'all go back to where you come from, the white people who y'all are tethering yourself to, trying to say that you just as American as them, they keep saying they want y'all to go back where you come from. You sound just like them. You're speaking just like they do. You talking about somehow you don't want these people shouldn't be allowed to come in your space.
So,
You mean
a
the
lot of
space
those
that the white
Americans
man
that you
created?
speak of that say that,
Just let him finish.
You don't tell me how to run my space. Those are Ellis Island Americans. My black ass and my ancestors have been here longer than them, so I don't give a fuck what they say. So if the FBA tell you to take your ass back to the Caribbean and Africa, then bitch, whatever. Okay? The Supreme Court is reviewing the birthright 14th Amendment right now. Okay? So I suggest that you tread lightly,
Well,
Tommy,
look, Giselle,
before your ass be back on a banana boat back to Panama.
Giselle, this is not how you get a discount to my OnlyFans. The way you're doing it is not the best way to do it. I'm just telling you. You need to act accordingly that you want this discount you just DM'd me about.
Well, I was gonna go over there and see what it was about, but I'm not about to. My budget is $45 a month. I'm not giving my budget to one
That ain't your
account.
whole budget. You still have $5 more. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, if you want that discount you asked me about, this ain't
It's
how you
crazy
do it.
that it's crazy. It's crazy that it's $40.
$40 is crazy
that
in
y'all
a Trump
haggling for.
economy. In a Trump economy, that is crazy.
Rio said we haggling.
So I don't mind paying her 40.
I wasn't expecting that. Let me say, but the point is, y'all can't be saying these things about these people.
I want to talk about you though.
Listen, it's worth it. I wouldn't have it at that pay rate if it wasn't worth it. Everybody who joins say it's worth it and some. There's you never heard a nigga say I took their money.
Shit.
You never heard one woman or man.
You gotta be diving off the top.
Listen, no, there's never been one person, man or woman, that said, "No, I went there, it wasn't worth it," because it would be talked about by now. Think about it. Somebody would have made a joke.
Tommy,
nobody's made any jokes.
Are there any women on your OnlyFans, or let's be real here?
No, it's all FBAs too, bro.
No, I mean are there any women collabing with you? Which baddies have you collabed with?
Wait a minute, why would I name them for you? You can go see them for yourself.
That's how people promote their
OnlyFans. No, sir, I don't do that, sir.
Rashford, you weren't even
because that's not what I do. So when you're asking the promotion, you don't go watch my show and see this promotion of where I'm saying people know what they go do.
Can we get back on the subject? The subject of the case is Juneteenth Joe homage or disrespect. My God, y'all in here talking about 9 kids.
I'll give everybody in the space a 50% discount if you DM me. I give everybody a 50% discount. Just
I still think $20 is listen. You could just send you don't have to. You could just send me an invitation.
What do you mean? I'm saying I'm giving y'all a discount. Everybody said this is the Giselle discount. I'm gonna put it up there.
No, thank you. Discount. Can we go to the hands?
No, sir, we can't. We gotta keep talking about this. No, I just missed it.
Every time I interact with Tommy, I always get these strange follower requests. They blow up. It's very interesting.
What? Where they coming from? I can't even get no followers.
Follow me.
I'm just saying, his followers and fans probably want to see what that's like. Maybe you never know. It's like a unicorn. This thing ain't seen nothing like it. I'm just saying. It's like, a Big Lots version of T.S. Madison.
A lot of people are saying that Tommy, you absolutely should reconsider interviewing me. I am one of the biggest personalities on Black X.
Yeah, but you talking about coming to my house, and they gonna. The first thing that black guy down there gonna do is say something. Wartime gonna swear up and down. I did something. No, this is set up.
No, we are protected. Shout out to the community.
This is a setup, Giselle.
We'll make sure it's all the way straight.
Yeah. You see?
I mean, cool. I don't have to come to your house. We can do the interview at my hotel.
See? You
in the lobby.
It sounds like something else.
In the lobby at the bar. Something like that,
All right,
I have a question. Wait, so do FBA women?
You not next. Go on mute.
Yeah, Tommy, you should just meet with Giselle at Starbucks.
So if Tommy gonna land, he's gonna get the 999. Mm-hmm.
They gonna swear up and down. We went to the bathroom and Starbucks.
Y'all were talking over him.
Tommy,
it wasn't important.
This would be really good content. I promise, man. You guys are missing out if you don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You happen to be the first one to make fun of me.
Can we get back to subject, guys? Because I thought this was a good space. You guys went off the rails. I know the type of attention that Tommy Sotomayor brings, but he is by ethnic, as you guys proclaimed. He is half Panamanian. His perspective was, I think, more of a Pan-African one, that those Caribbean Americans should be entitled. They're celebrating Juneteenth. Why does it matter?
Well, not entitled. What I mean by it is just simple. I'll wrap it up. It's just the idea of we are all people of this earth who are biting other people's stuff. Like literally are. There's no one who doesn't bite something that we see somebody else that they did, and then we take it for our own. We put our own little spin on it or whatnot. And we're also in America, we are one of the biggest groups of capitalists on the planet. So anything we see somebody doing that makes money, we try to copy it. Almost everything that you see. So this will be no different. That's why you saw those white people at Walmart jumping on the Juneteenth thing. They don't care about Juneteenth. They're just trying to sell it to you because they know you do.
Thank you. Okay, who's on stage that hasn't spoken before? So Rashford. I think Rashford is Caribbean. I think aren't you Bermudian?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I see the flag. I see the flag in your bio. I'm very aware. I'm an international traveler, and I know geography pretty well. I know that's the flag of Bermuda.
Have you been to Bermuda before? It's
I have not been
Why
to
is there so many
Bermuda,
fruits on they?
but
Why
one
they got
of
so many
my
fruits for real?
advisors in college was from Bermuda, and we still have a relationship.
Even though there's
to
a
this day.
Bermuda,
She is a fantastic microbiologist, one of the best in the country.
the hell is Bermuda at?
I'm actually bi-ethnic. So I was born and raised in Bermuda till I was 16. Then I moved to the U.S. My mother is African American, and my dad's Bermudian, and I am both. And I've spent the same amount of time in both places, right? So on this topic, right? Me personally, like when it comes to Juve,
Juve,
I'm going
he a
somewhere with
paper
this. Just be fair
chaser.
with me. Like I don't personally mind when, Black Americans or other people in the diaspora that aren't Caribbean celebrate it. Like it's kind of like a open celebration where everyone can celebrate and have a good time. It's not even like, and even people that aren't Black, still go and have a good time, and we're not really picky about that. Do you know what I mean? Now the Juneteenth Juve, I guess I get it if you want to separate it. Like it's not. I don't think it's necessarily wrong for people to want to celebrate it or with you guys though, as long as they're being respectful. Do you know what I mean? But that's
not what's happening with Juneteenth Juve. What's happening is it's a 100% Caribbean celebration with the moniker of Juneteenth attached to it. It has nothing to do with celebrating with Black Americans.
So so can you explain a little bit that? Because I have a question for you. So like, why are you saying that most people that are celebrating Juneteenth are Caribbean people?
No, I don't know how you came to that
their
conclusion. What this room is about, so there is a person on the Twitter and Instagram promoting an event called Juneteenth Juve. And he released a video of Juneteenth Juve last year, and it was completely 100% Caribbean Juve culture, which is fine. It's just attaching Juneteenth to it. I don't see any aspects of Black American culture in the video. If you look at the Jumbotron, you got to scroll all the way.
See, I get it. Like, I guess the equivalent would be like if they played, I don't know, R&B and hip hop music, I guess, at Juve. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't feel right. So, like, I guess, like, we don't need to celebrate Juve on Juneteenth because there's plenty of Juve celebrations all around the world, all throughout the month of June that we can go to. Do you know what I mean? As long as we're there, just chilling, enjoying the celebration. I see what he was trying to do. I don't know that his intentions were necessarily disrespectful. I think he was more so thinking like, hey, like, let's join the diaspora and just blend all the cultures together. But there's plenty of Juve celebrations we can go to in the US and around the world that happen in June. In fact, just in August, there's one in Toronto. You know what I mean?
Yo,
what's up? But at the same time, I guess where I don't like is that when I first came in here, like, I heard someone say that like they want to go to Juve to dry hump on the women. And I feel like that's really weird. Yes, like it happens, whining happens, twerking happens. Like, yeah, obviously it happens, but like I feel like that shouldn't be your purpose for going there.
Why are you telling people what they should?
It's really not meant to be a sexual like event. And
but in the advertised video, Rashford, it's only dry humping that's taking place in the video, and they're attaching Juneteenth to that. That's why it's been such a controversy, and that's why people that identify as Black American have had pushback.
No, I'm not denying that, right? I'm saying that, like, to the person that said that, they shouldn't be going to, their purpose in going to Juve shouldn't be to dry hump. Do you know what I mean? I think that that's a little disrespectful. But at this, because like if we don't view,
but I'll just play devil's advocate. I've been to Juve, and I've seen many videos, and it's been 110% dry humping.
Yeah, I mean it happens. We don't necessarily view it as a sexual thing. Most of the people that are doing it, are strangers to each other.
I'm very aware of that.
Wait. Let me finish. But I'm saying, like, I think it's disrespectful when that's your only reason for going. Like, if your only reason to going is to try and bust a nut dry humping, then I think that's a little bit too much.
I just want to say I gotta go, but I appreciate you for having me up here, Giselle. And I also appreciate the fact that since y'all been talking about this, I have gotten it, not a lot, but I've gotten 13 new subscribers. So I want to thank your subscribers for coming to my OnlyFans and checking it out. 13 new since I've been here. So I gotta say I appreciate y'all for being here and showing.
And I will await my free pass invitation in my DMs for your.
No, it's gotta be free. I said I would give you half off. Now you talking about free?
You got 13 subscriptions at $40. Okay,
but that's wartime. Kept bringing it up, so I got
that's over $500 that you just made.
Stay out my pockets. Stay out my pockets. First off, stay out of my pockets. You didn't say this was an accounting show.
Well, when I was down in North Carolina A&T State University getting my degree in mathematics.
Well, now I don't appreciate that. You up and count my pockets. You making me a target for these people.
Anyway, I never thought that I would say this, but thank you for joining the space, Tommy, representing the Caribbean. Rashford.
I told you I'm FBA. You gonna cut that shit out.
I'm sorry, Rashford. You can continue. 30 seconds, please.
No, I'll be back. I'm gonna do another show. I'll be back.
I had to put you on your tent. You got a little girl in the background. What you got?
Yes, this is my girlfriend. It's my girlfriend.
Hey, can you put it on camera? Put it on camera, man. Let's see what you got. Then what? Is it a song?
And something had to be wrong because ain't no way that they were sitting at our legacy organizations at the top.
They fooled us.
Wait, hold on. I don't see it. I don't see it the other way around, there or here. And I'm glad that we're standing up now and we're finally figuring this stuff out. That's all I'm saying. And it's okay to say, hold on, real quick. It's okay to say, hold on, shoot, I ain't feeling well. I am kind of sick. I didn't realize this, but now I look at it in a different way. It's okay to have a change in heart because
So
we
can
did
y'all
allow
say that
this
they're
stuff.
not black?
You know, and I'm with you. Heck no, I don't think so. No.
Can everybody just stop saying that shit?
Yeah.
They not black. Nicole, listen.
Nicole,
this is
they
the
get
protection
it.
that I'm saying. They don't They don't have the redlining and all of the racist shit that we got to go through
I know,
to
but
make
they're
it in
using
fucking
our
America.
benefit.
Right, because they are protected from the
No, they're
system.
not.
That's
They're
what I'm
protected
talking
because
about.
they're going underneath black
That's how they
Americans.
get ahead of us.
Africans
What are you
is
talking
not
about?
protected. That's why they need to be
are.
black so fucking
They're
bad.
immigrant groups.
Why you
All
think that they need
immigrant
to be
groups are
black so
protected in
fucking bad?
America.
Because they're not
coming
protected
under
class.
refugees.
We are the fucking protected class.
Nicole, they
Nicole,
are
that's what
coming
you
under
They
want.
are
That's
not
what
a
we're
refugees. They
protected
fighting
class.
for. You're
fucking
talking about
They are being
protected.
protected because they're underneath
Oh
our
my
name.
God.
Hold on.
Some of them.
They are Africans. They do not have a protected
We
class.
know that, Nicole.
They are.
No, they don't.
They
They
doing
go underneath our name. That's why it's
they
so.
are. Hold
That's
on,
why it's so important that they fucking be black.
Nicole, what is you talking
They
about?
don't have a
Hold on.
protection if
Y'all
they're
both, hold
not
on. Y'all
black.
both are right. Hold on. Listen. Y'all
Nicole,
both
what
are
are you
right.
talking about?
They
doing
don't
both.
have a fucking protection.
Hey,
They
They
do
are
have an
African.
immigrant
They only got the
Y'all both
protection
right.
if they
Y'all
go
both
underneath
right.
black.
refugee.
If they go underneath
Y'all
black
both
Americans,
right.
that's why it's so important
Under
that the
refugees,
stupid
they are
motherfuckers be black.
protected.
That's why I say they not black. And if they're not black, they are not
Nicole,
protected.
ain't nobody
They are not
arguing if they
protected.
black or
Nobody's
not.
arguing with that.
Right. What is you talking about? Nobody's arguing that.
Okay. No, y'all saying that they're protected class.
Girl.
I'm saying that they're
Y'all, my
not protected
headset
class.
done died.
We are
Y'all
the
need to hurry up.
You know what? I think
I'm
the
done.
problem
I ain't
is
arguing with her. She don't get it.
Cause y'all
they going
know
underneath
I
black
done hit my
to be
spaces
protected.
threshold. Y'all get 2 hours out of
So,
me.
The fucking motherfuckers not black, not
All right,
protected.
Nicole.
Lawrence is
Lawrence
Nicole.
go.
back
I think
up.
your
Go
problem
ahead,
is you're just
Lawrence.
jealous of
Nicole,
people who
hush.
don't.
Who gonna
God,
do a
all of
space
this
after Tears
violence
Jaleel?
screaming. My
Who
God,
gonna do a space
today.
after Tears Jaleel?
Huh?
oh, are we still talking about the same thing or like
Yes, but I'm about to end the space,
Oh,
share.
okay.
Who gonna
They
do a
not
space
black
after?
one
Who gonna do?
time.
Who?
Like I said, Juneteenth is American. Juve is just like Cinco de Mayo. You cannot mix the two. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. That belongs to other people with a different experience. This is something else. When I heard Tommy and a bunch of other people talk, they sound like immigrants. They had no respect for our culture, our nation, our history, and our heritage. We're not just booty shaking and dancing, but we do celebrate and we do turn up. You know what I'm saying? And when we turn up, we booty shake. That's how everybody dances all over the world. Okay? So there ain't nothing wrong with twerking. Y'all do y'all little winding over there. That's cool. We respect y'all. Now I'm gonna say this. The reason why he wants to attach Juve to Juneteenth, no one knows what Juve is in America. Everything that has cred in this world when it comes to blackness is black Americans. So people attach or tether themselves to things that are ours because that's when you start getting the money. That's when you start getting the attention. That's when you start getting the stars and the celebrities and all
And
that kind of stuff.
protection.
That's when you get everything that we get. No one knows what a Juve is. So let me just call it Juve Juneteenth and put a bunch of Caribbeans in it. Now we get to act like somebody should trademark that black and copyright it so when other people try to use it like that, we can stop it. But what that is attaching themselves to something to get the credibility for it. It's like if you had a hamburger stand and you named it McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? You know, good and damn well, everyone wants to look for McDonald's. So that's exactly what that is. Keep y'all shit. We will respect y'all. We will celebrate with y'all.
Like we always do.
Like we always do. Like we always have. You guys are our Care Bear cousins. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. Wartime has spoken. There will be no Juve Juneteenth. Period. Boom. Blank.
But they think just because they throwing their fucking flags on our shit, that shit gonna change. Bitch, no, it's not. That's not Juneteenth.
Who doing the space after Tears Jaleel?
Are you offering,
Not
Eric?
Open one, Eric.
I just
We
want to
gonna come
say
open it
the
in Rio.
I'm
views
gonna let
of.
this person be the
Oh,
last.
okay.
Oh, sorry, King. I'm gonna let this person be the last speaker because she done came up here a million times and keep leaving.
Lord, child, I don't know what the hell been going on. I'm just gonna go ahead and close just real quickly. To everyone that is multiracial, biracial, bi-ethnic, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, why don't you go to the Caribbean mix or whatever mix that you are mixed with and convince them to collaborate with the actual true Black leaders to make a one day that we all can celebrate the abolition of slavery instead of trying to take our day that we have celebrated for Texas people figuring out they are finally fucking free, because that was devastation to continue to work for free and the rest of your people free on the nation. You don't even know you fucking free. That was devastation.
And the Africans to the blame.
Instead of trying to take our shit and just slap Joe Vert on it, why not try to collab with us? That only makes sense. This is why we're telling y'all trying to erase us. Y'all trying to take our place. Y'all trying to tell us what it means to be us when we're telling you you're not. It doesn't make sense. And I'm done.
I like that idea. I just want to say differentiating between the American slavery and the worldwide, like I think a separate day would be great.
And y'all stop saying they black. I'm dead ass serious. Y'all not
Thank
helping the
you
movement.
guys. This was an interesting conversation. If you guys were late or missed any part of the space, I would encourage you to go back and listen to the recording. This is a very interesting conversation. I think we'll continue to hear about this up until this actual event is held, being that it is officially June. Thanks everyone for your contributions. Thanks to everyone that co-hosted, current co-host Re-Ups, even though he's not there. And of course, my permanent co-host Can't Cancel.
Into the Nicole for running Tommy down. Thank you. I appreciate you.
As you can see, Reverend Damien, there's still over 100 people in this group. And there were still 150 people in this group 20 minutes after Tommy Sotomayor left. So the next time you want to do a poll, Mr. Clean, make sure you get your facts straight.
Shout out to the community.
Now, Big Herb, I'm trying to close out.
Yep.
Shout out to
But I'm
Grizz.
gonna let you go. And
I would just like to say,
Eric,
shout out to my BB, the host.
Great Debate has his late night space, so y'all can go over there.
I'm going to pull up the Great Debate space, definitely. I would also like to say, to that young man's point, if you saw the movie Sinners, the reason why these light, bright, and not so white immigrants are allowed to come over here is because what those Chinese people did. And they actually do like to immerse themselves in, come in for the party. And, it's time to actually benefit off of it. They're there for it until shit hit the fans. And they actually work against you, right? Will burn themselves down when there ain't no benefit no more. As in the metaphor in that great movie. Best movie in the last 10 years. But yeah, that's what all you are allowed to do. And it's just what Tommy said. Y'all do it because y'all see dollar signs in it. Also to what Wartime said. If I attach myself to this, they'll ask, "Ooh, what is that, Joe? What is that? Let me Google that. Let me grok that." So yeah,
I think that is a piece of it. I think that the creator of this event knows that since Juneteenth became a federal holiday,
I need to attach my shit to that and make that shit jump.
Attaching Juneteenth in front of it is going to generate more buzz, and now the people attacking the event is going to create even more buzz because now you have people jumping in to defend him, saying,
"Yeah, what I will give our biggest pop stars in the last 30 years. Shout out to Whitney, Star Spangled Banner, Beyonce for actually wearing that flag, and they actually, I'm telling y'all,
I love her for that.
I gotta give her credit because I heard you, Grizz.
You were gone. I spoke about that.
I heard you. Yeah, I heard you. That's why I'm speaking on it.
She's been getting a lot of criticism for wearing the American flag.
I've been keeping up with it, and I look in the comments. Hold on, wait. I've been looking at the comments because that's why I came back to speak on it. Because if you look at the comments, y'all check the comments out on when they shout out the man love Blue Ivy. This Blue Ivy, we ain't worried about Beyonce right now. We worry about our daughter. She performing. I'll give her that one. She up that game. But no, check the comments. Yeah, there's a lot of bit of pushback, for that country, the music award, and then it's almost like, damn, why y'all? And I'm like, well, what else is Black Americans are supposed to do? What other flag are you besides the Black American flag, whatever? What else you
Remember the
supposed to
tweet?
wave?
Remember
And
the
it's just
tweet
a little
about
bit of
sinners?
it's.
It was a Ghanaian, a Ghanaian American, and she tweeted that, and she has the Ghanaian flag. That's Ghana, not Guyana, in South America, Ghana in Africa across. And she did a tweet about Sinners when this was the first week when Sinners was very hot. Everyone was talking about it, and the tweet said what she loved most about this movie was that there was no real perception of America, no Americana in the movie. And I was just, again, that speaks to what Rip just said. This is a first generation Ghanaian American who's saying that Sinners
And I mean, bitch,
had
what are we
no
talking about? It's near
Americanness and no
Americana.
American
I mean, the
symbolism.
whole juke joint, man, like, bitch,
And
the
I
whole
said,
set,
I was
like
just,
that,
the
like,
tweet was just ridiculous.
and check me out. This goes beyond Black and or white American. I mean, that's what you do. You turn an old little outhouse, or whether you pouring some alcohol or doing some illegal shit, or you turn it into a little juke joint, a little outhouse. What the fuck is she talking about? That is Americana.
That's
And
the
that's
old
what I
school trap
mean.
house.
You got it exactly.
And
I
even
mean,
back,
man,
even back to the Beyonce thing, we invented country.
But what my point was, that shows the discrepancy in just how they're not of this land the way that we are, because we know that that movie is Jim Crow is the definition of Americana. It doesn't get more American than Jim Crow segregation.
I mean, they bought it from what people would, the KKK. I mean, they had a rebel flag in that bitch. Tighten up, respectfully.
Well, thankfully, a lot more Black Americans are getting on code and waking up to that, because she certainly was read for filth in the comments for that ridiculous tweet. Anyway, thank you guys. Great debate. Again, he has a space on
And I hope that we wave our red, white, and blue flags, for our fucking cookouts.
So
Fuck
Nicole,
that fucking.
For my Juneteenth cookouts, I still will use red, black, and green, because I think those are
Now,
Black
how
American
dumb is
colors.
that, you stupid ass bitch?
But those
nigga.
are, regardless of what y'all say, those are Black American colors. But Nicole,
Bitch, there ain't no Black American colors.
Yes, they are.
Wow.
Red, black, and
Those
green.
are African American colors, Giselle. That's different. That's that Reggie Jackson
No,
type
bitch,
shit.
they ain't no different. That is
Yeah, because we're
African
Black
fucking
American.
flag.
We're not African American. We're not African
We're Black
American. We're Black
American.
American.
We're red, white, and blue.
Exactly.
Anyway, Nicole, I think that you will be happy to know that I will be wearing red,
No,
white,
bitch,
and blue to the
I need
Beyonce
you to put a red,
concert.
white, and blue flag some fucking where, bitch.
You didn't listen to nothing I just said. I said to the Beyonce concert, I will be wearing red,
No,
white,
bitch,
and
I
blue.
need you to put up a fucking flag
No,
for
for
the
Juneteenth.
Or the Juneteenth flag. Bitch, either or.
Yeah, the Juneteenth flag is fine, but I want my plates to have kente cloth on them for the Juneteenth cookout.
Okay, well then make sure that they
You
all
play
inside
too much.
of
You
the
better
motherfucking
play too much.
bed,
You
or
play too
maybe
much.
sitting in the bathroom.
I do. Hell.
Make sure you lock them bitches
Y'all
in their
kill me
house
with that.
and
Y'all
y'all
is
party
not about to
on.
harass
Don't
no
show
people
nobody.
for having red, black, and green
Yes, I
Juneteenth
am.
decorations.
Yes, I am.
Man,
Yes, I
fuck
am.
y'all.
Yo, T.S.
You
just sitting
fucking
there playing his
LGBT
shit.
bitch.
He ain't gonna do no shit like that. He just fucking with
No,
y'all.
that bitch not. That bitch is
Yes,
LGBT first and then immigrant second. You bitch ass nigga. And then he come with us.
Well, thank you for coming, Nicole.
You're welcome.
I appreciate for fucking having me up here. Thank you for allowing me to speak, T.S.
Y'all my nerve.
Yeah, thank you.
Especially
Baby.
What up,
Y'all
love?
follow
How
your
you
host.
doing?
Follow your
Happy
host,
Sunday.
your co-host, any
Not a
speakers you
single
like.
picture
Follow my
comes up
baby.
with Juneteenth
I want
decorations
y'all
in
to go
red,
ahead
white,
and
and blue.
join that group, that community.
Not a
This is what
Hey,
we
Rhea,
do.
before you leave, I want to
single
ask you a
picture
question.
has Juneteenth decorations in red, white, and blue. That shit is red,
Shout out to the
green,
game.
bitch.
and black.
Oh no, bitch. Last year
My
I
baby
saw it
got
on
a new
TV. They
profile.
were red, white,
Fuck
and
y'all.
blue. I saw a lot more
Shout out to my
motherfucking red, white,
baby.
and blue last year. And we're gonna see a lot more this year.
Yeah.
Come on, Beyonce.
Come on.
Y'all saw Beyonce trying to second line. I said, bitch, no the fuck you not gonna try, ho.
But
y'all
y'all,
saw?
but I'm not gonna lie, I was
But
gonna
my
watch
baby
it.
got that new. Y'all heard it.
Walking. That who with the walk with them boots. I'm like, hold on, bitch.
Nah,
That's a second line move, ho. But cut up, bitch, with that red, white, and blue. I support.
Yeah, she's
Hey,
been wearing a
Rhea,
lot of
what do y'all
American
call
imagery.
yourselves? Down there in Florida, what y'all call yourselves? I mean, I was over there playing
Ooh,
my damn
baby, somebody
cricket.
was going in on
Black.
Florida.
No, they call
No,
themselves
Hold on.
jits.
I live
They
in
I
call
said, where
Florida.
you
themselves
What is
from?
jits,
it?
though.
I
Who
was
that
playing my
was?
I'm
I was
Florida.
Baby,
playing
they
my
South
said
Florida.
y'all
cricket.
were
South
And
Florida.
foreigners,
I'm like,
baby.
where you from? He said, I'm from the dirty. I said, what part? He said, Florida. I said, oh shit, I ain't know people from Florida say the dirty.
I'm not
No,
sure
not
where that
really.
young
They
man is
really
from.
don't. And it depends on where you at in Florida.
Yeah.
So like there's
Baby, an
mad
immigrant trying
Caribbean
to take
people.
y'all shit over when you was
There's
away from the phone.
I
there's
mean,
They
mad
immigrants in
I
Caribbean
Florida.
I
people.
heard him, and that's South Florida, and they're being gentrified out of all their places anyway. There's no more little Haiti or any of that shit. It's all gone. Yeah, they need to
Yeah, they
worry
call
about
it
that.
Wynwood now.
Yeah, they're getting gentrified the fuck out. So all those Haitians, I mean, it's whatever. They
Oh,
don't too much
But
of that
there's
shit. They should worry about that.
The
Those
Zoes.
Cubans
The
and shit down
Zoes.
there. Not worry about them. They've been
there's more
dispersed.
Cubans than
Yeah.
anything. But
oh, so the Haitians getting ran out there,
It's
bitch.
not
You
even
feel
like it
like
was,
it.
but
they're
it's not
not
even like
getting
it was
ran out.
5 years ago. It's not. It's just not. The Cuban took over that bitch.
Nicole, I just shared in the
They
Jumbo
get
There's more white
gentrified.
people.
Yep.
This is the
There's
last
more white
outfit that
people.
Beyonce wears on her
COVID really
tour.
did it.
I
And
can't see it yet, Giselle.
I thought about trying to replicate this because I like this black bodysuit. So
All
we'll
right.
see.
Shout out to the Space
Wait, I
Quiz.
can't see it yet.
It's
My
loading
eldest
up.
son. You did a magnificent job. Shout out to that.
Yeah, bitch, you
Outside
did
of
good, bitch.
outside of
I woke up,
myself,
it was exciting.
outside of myself, and
Big Herbs,
the big
did you
three.
have anything to say before I end the space? Because
I
I'm
mean,
about to end the
y'all
space.
phenomenal.
No, I'm happy
Phenomenal.
to
I love
Shout out
it.
to my
I love
baby.
that,
Shout out
Giselle.
to my baby today too. My baby got a new profile.
Are you from New Orleans?
On
That's a
Hools.
nice picture, Nicole.
Yeah, my baby got a new profile on
Thank
the
you.
Hools.
Thank you,
It's
guys.
who from New Orleans? Me? You asking me that?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, you heard that, baby? Come to me, Hools.
Look, bitch, don't get on the test. No, I'm from New Orleans, and that's my
Oh, you
baby.
from New
Is that
Orleans?
boss lady?
That's
Okay.
my baby. So, bitch, don't get all dreamy.
Is that boss lady real?
Nah, you
That's
good. I
not
was
boss
just
lady.
I was just curious.
Look at me, baby. There I go, huh? There I go running the baddies away, baby.
Nah, you good. I was just curious.
I'm
That's
just
She
all.
playing,
remind me of
girl.
boss lady.
But I'm not.
And never forget Black Wall Street. It's the 124th anniversary yesterday. So that's almost 125 years, y'all. Never forget.
Of course.
That's a black man. He black.
Not that he's a
See,
black
that's the
man.
problem. That's the problem. That's why we're in the situation now. Because look, we've been here longer than everybody else. We've been here longer than everybody else, right? And we were forced to talk like that. But when everybody else come over here and they talk
I'm just
white,
checking.
it's fine.
LC, just chill. I'm just asking. You black? You
Yeah,
my
He
people?
already said he was.
So I got a
Oh, my
picture.
bad. I wasn't listening.
I got a picture.
No, you don't. No. Look, check me out. You don't need to do all that. I'm just asking. I just want to know. You black? You say you black?
He
Okay,
black
cool.
American? Nah, fuck that.
You
gotta put
figure
some
it like, yeah, you black American. We'll figure it out later on in the conversation if you're not. I ain't G check. My bad. I ain't G checking nobody, my bro.
I mean,
my bad.
I'm not doxxed
My
because
bad.
I trade crypto, but I am
Yeah, you
doxxed.
ain't gotta share no
No,
picture
are you
on
black
that.
American, like on both sides?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
all right,
I come from
bet.
three generations of Catholics, of noobs. Like, I'm a noob.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh, all right, bet.
Like my
See, when you guys
grandfather
start
was a noob, man. I'm the fourth.
But a lot of
investigating
Catholics are
people,
really like kind of white.
Man, listen.
I'm sorry,
He's
sir.
just very well spoken.
That's a white.
You know,
Really
but you
is.
missed it. He said he was black
let
earlier.
him do what
Anyway,
he do.
Elsie, did you want to land?
All right, guys, I'm about to go over to
No.
the big
I was
space.
just saying, just never forget Black Wall Street. It happened yesterday. It was the anniversary.
Okay, thank you guys. I put Great Debate Space in the Jumbotron. So if you guys still want to be in spaces, go there. Thank you
Bitch, I
for
love that outfit
joining.
too.
Yeah, it's cute. It's very much given. It's a black bodysuit with a flat. A black lady. So Nicole, you probably wouldn't like this one, but a black lady that went to the concert in New York did the same outfit, except she used the red, black, and green American flag.
No, that's not no American flag, bitch. Won't you stop it, ho? End this motherfucker right now.
It is the
bitch. Just end it, bitch. That's it. End it.
But the outfit was cute. I don't know what you talk about.
Bitch,
It's the same outfit. She just used the American flag that's red, black, and green.
Bitch, that's not no American flag.
Yes, it is.
No, bitch, it's red, black, and gold, bitch.
No, that's not. She didn't use that.
I
She
know,
used
but
the
she used the
American flag.
RBG. She used the fucking what you call them flag. That's not American flag.
Lord Jesus.
Come on, Indy. We gonna debate shit.
Bye.
Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should go. Go. Feel like I should go. Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should go. Feel like I should go. Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should.
I had to put your head You got a little girl in the background or what? What you got?
Yes, this is my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend.
Oh, hey, can you put it on camera? Put it on camera, man. Let's see what you got. Then what you do? Then what you do? You get, little one got a sister. Come on.